Hello. What's up? क्या हाल है? कैसे हो?
Of course, we've seen some signings and stuff come out from that team.
We live, baby.
Before
time.
To bring back out the baseball bat and go swinging again. So we'll have to see what they're going to be able to do in this one. I still just remember dripped out D+ here. The boys.
We are before time over here, guys.
The dub.
Before time पहुंच गए हम.
Always a good time, but today is not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be an easy series. They have to be on their A game come this one. They have to make good decisions. And this is my Aussie bias coming through.
बुरा लग रहा है मेरे को actually आज जो हमारे साथ हुआ है Indian investors और traders के साथ हुआ है.
It's literally that, isn't it? But on the other side of the coin, right? You know, no salary.
We are here.
They seem fired up, right? They did so much yesterday. They have a hell of a lot to prove here. They've managed to make that low run. And, you know, the pressure's on today. So we'll have to see if they can all line it up. But for the interim, we're going to dive into that Vito video and see what maps we're going to be playing on.
Alright, welcome guys. Let's do Vito real quick for Team NSP and YI-JING. Okay, gonna be Team B gonna be NSP and YI-JING can ban first map.
Okay. We're gonna ban Breeze.
Ban Breeze. Okay. And NSP, first ban?
Ban Fracture.
Fracture. Okay. And YI-JING, first pick.
We pick Pearl.
Pearl for the first map. And NSP, attack or defend on Pearl?
We attack on Pearl.
Attack on Pearl. Okay. And NSP, second
move
map.
बन गया एंटी दागा.
We pick Heaven.
Heaven on second map. Okay. And YG, attack or defend?
Attack.
Attack on Heaven. Okay. Second ban for YG.
We're gonna ban Ascent.
Ascent. Okay. And NSP, second ban. We have Split or Lotus.
We ban Split, we play Lotus.
And Split and play Lotus for the cider map. And YG, the last attack or defend.
We start attack.
Start attack on Lotus. Okay. First map, YG gonna be pick Pearl, NSP pick attack. And second map gonna be Heaven, YG pick attack. And the cider map gonna be Lotus, YG pick attack. Should be correct.
क्या प्यारा thumbnail लग रहा है ना?
Okay, Pearl, Haven, and Lotus is going to be the battleground here for this lower first bracket game, elimination game. I remind you all here watching along at home and supporting obviously the sub-regions as well. We've got two very extremes, right? We've got all of Oceania and then a little bit of South Asia. You know, a broad range of representation here in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know,
the
time zone right now, it's pretty decent for Australia. Pretty decent.
Insta story हो जाए.
There can be a lot of eyes on this one to see the support rallied up behind these teams as well. But when push comes to shove, it is what we need to see in the server. And with that video coming up, I'm just glancing back at some of my notes and the stats and everything right now through it. Pearl and Haven kind of feels like that's a good veto here for YI-JING. I'm not gonna lie, so if there's some really good decision making to come through for no salary peak and they're gonna be able to catch them off guard, that'll be great. Now, I say that, I need to have a bit of a caveat. YI-JING against Australia teams. That's the caveat.
Nah, 100%. And the thing is, like, for what it always seems to come down to me in games like this, just in general, is who wants it more. And I feel like partially we got to see that in the earlier series from Fancy, right? It seemed like, you know, they had those moments where they kind of really did fall away, but they want this thing, you know, they want to be able to make it there. They were super locked in, they were focused, and you know, that's ultimately what brought them across the line. So I think no salary peak, you know, they've got here. They've managed to make their way through the lower bracket. They're fired up, and they're going to be really, really excited to do it. So look, I'm sure everyone watching along is probably going to understand our prediction. Now, if anyone has ever been an Australian Valorant fan, it's hard because we get to these competitions. We get to know how good the team is. Then we get to watch them win all these exciting, crazy rounds and then lose every single gun round on the planet. So take our predictions with a little bit of a grain of salt. There is no bias in the sense of the eye test shows us YI-JING is the strong team. They've got the experience. They've got the players behind them. Minimize at the helm. The international experience for someone like Swirl. It is all the telltale that YI-JING is a strong team here. But we very well know, just as much as anyone else, that no salary peak is... They stepped up so strong yesterday against 555. They, you know, really did the damage there. They took to overtime in that first map. Oh, sorry, not in overtime. They managed to bring up Breeze. It was the other series that was overtime. But they managed to really, really fight it to overtime in that last map, only losing right at the fail end. So no salary peak cannot be taken for granted in any single way.
No, absolutely not. And again, that's why I kind of go back to like, what lightning fast are we going to get today? What are we going to get from Damar on the duel list as well? Like, have they situated themselves nicely on the back of yesterday's series? But also, again, it's that flip side, right? That is the series that you would generally be more prepared to be playing because you have a lot more lead time knowing who your opponent is. You lose that one, you got less preparation to come into this series. So you talk about the hunger, you talk about the drive. Who has maybe sacrificed more sleep, gotten up earlier, had a better breakfast this morning, really been prepared in the server practicing for this series? Because this, unlike our last series, is an elimination game. You lose this, goodbye.
Yeah, and look, you know, coming into the series from YI-JING up against Fancy last night, obviously YI-JING won that opening map, right? And then they looked really, really solid into that second, and then it started to fall apart. And then just on split, right? Like watching that last night, stayed up to make sure, you know, we did the research, obviously, leading into this one, and it just fall apart, right? Like it just seemed like the second a little bit of activation started to happen, some confidence from Fancy. It was just like YI-JING couldn't push it back. So that's potentially the way that No Salary Peak can look to win this one. Sheer dominance, no respect in the server, only respect out, and look to take it strong. But irrespective, I think this one goes 3 maps. I think it's going to be electric, just like the last series was. That map of Ascent was so much fun between the last 2 teams. And, you know, the winner obviously is going to be facing up against 555. The loser will be going home from Jakarta. So there's a lot of storyline here. There's a lot of narrative. It's the 2, I suppose, lesser region teams below Southeast Asia, obviously, who have already made their way in. 555 coming in from the grand final of Split 2, Southeast Asia. Fancy on points. These 2 from their own respective regions. They've got to fight tooth and nail to get a chance at a chance at a chance, right? So they better show up to the server all guns blazing right now.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it as well, right? With Fancy United beating 555 and YI-JING on their way here, would those teams get revenge against them in the grand final as the normal thing and want No Salary Peak in the grand final so they could beat them as a team that they haven't beaten just yet, right? So for the Cursies out there, a YI-JING here or a 555 and guaranteed to topple Fancy United perhaps is a wacky way of a story.
Yeah.
But no, like this tournament is literally still anyone's game. Like,
100%.
anyone can still win this. It's just a little bit longer right now for our 2 teams that are about to face off. And for a 555 who can sit and watch this series as preparation as well. Fancy United, I mean, they got an extra day to sit and prepare. How do they want their veto to go?
Yeah.
They're laughing at the moment.
No, 100%. And I'm just trying to think to myself, like from previously, right? Didn't because ENC, that was probably one of the last events. Obviously, I think New Zealand, you know, made a distance in there, but Australia did not. And it was a very few similar sort of players who I do understand were already over in Jakarta. Fancy did well there. Obviously, they were the Vietnamese representatives there, so they made their way through for a period. So there's, a hell of a lot of Valorant kind of coming on between this area and everything like that. So I don't know. I feel like, again, this is the thing. On the eye test, I definitely feel like YI-JING is going to be the stronger team, but it does not put me in a position where I can say they're just going to clear house on here. They have to really, really show up and give it their all and show that the passion and the life is still there. Because I feel like in Oceania especially, right, they always seem to beat, you know, the Cheese brothers. Obviously, Noah's No, Feta and Biggie Cheese. There's always some sort of roster where it's in the grand final. They end up losing. They usually will come in dominating, and then they'll lose like right at the end to minimize. It's like the guy that's going to, you know, cut them right at the knees at the end. And for all those players still fighting at home in Oceania, it's really what I want to see these players step up and be like, no, okay, we can do this. It's worth us investing our time into this game next year in 2027, where the landscape's even different. You know, like we've been pretty starved of opportunity, like the other sub-regions as well. So I'm just really, really hoping that for all of these micro regions that are represented in a competition like this, you do your best, because you want everyone watching along at home supporting you to think that they can also step into your shoes as well in future.
I think the way, I'm just kind of glossing over it in my head, the way I think this series goes is if there's an underperformance, give it a little bit, the other team will roll you.
Yeah.
That's the way that both teams are capable of doing in this series.
Yeah.
So I think both of them just need to get off to a really good start and then make some really good decisions, honestly.
100%. It's going to be that momentum thing. I think, you know, that level of confidence we did see in the just on the cams and everything like that, like attitude. Obviously, it's a LAN environment right over in Jakarta. There was definitely some excitement from YI-JING yesterday up against Fancy, but as Fancy started to pick back up, there was bodies being shot, there was BM thrown back. So I definitely feel like, you know, because of that, not ego is not the right word for it, but, you know, that level of confidence and excitement that comes through at the start, it can also be your downfall if you can't keep up to that standard throughout the whole thing. So I feel like that's definitely what did them. And yeah, I guess, yeah, back onto the other side of the coin for no salary peak. It just needs to come down to what we were talking about at the start of the last series. All 4 of these teams in this competition did not have 5 players firing on all cylinders on day one. It was a completely different beast. There was a couple of players on each team doing good things. Obviously, I think DC had some really good moments yesterday, but at the end of the day, it was mainly Lightning Fast. It was Damara. They were looking good. And that's when you obviously need to see more from your other players, right? Like Hellaf, for example, to really sort of step up to the plate. And I guess similar could have sort of be said for YI-JING. You know, I think like Kadiri had like a couple of good maps, but then fell off as well at the same time. So it's just that consistency piece.
You want to highlight anyone? Swirl.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Where's Swirl? Where you at, my homie? No, I'm kidding.
Well, he was our very own Australian Korean Jet. He was our soul down for like a little bit, right? So we need to see him stepping up.
I still would make an argument that Ninim was...
Is this game for no salary peak? Yes, sir. I was on a call. I'm really sorry. थोड़ा important call था. Call attend कर लिया हमने.
That's what I mean. You know, who's really kind of left at this point in time that I can think of? It's only really Autumn, right? That's sort of playing at a level, because before that we had some bundling around and stuff. Sign's coaching, is that correct?
Signed is coaching EDG and also stood in for them and played because they had an injury, and he was hanging with the crew very nicely.
So there was always that talent, and that's the thing, you know, just being starved of opportunity. And I guess that's things where, like, you know, franchising might change things.
I was on a call. Very important call. Avoid नहीं कर सकते.
Stuff like that, because I guess, yeah, just in regions where there's like less humans in general, you find your talent, you find your stars, but you know, they're not always going to come up through the masses, right? But then the exact same thing can be said when you're in a region with, you know, billions of people. It can be really hard to stand out at the same time. Small fish, big pond, and vice versa. So anyway, this is the classic, guys. You know, we always end up rambling whilst we're waiting for the players to get into the game, into the server right now. We're just waiting for agent selection, obviously, to come on in. We've got our...
Yeah, absolutely.
That's been done, and it's like I'm just in the head of the producer. It's coming up right now. So thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very excited to get this series underway, as I'm sure all you are now. So on your screen, it is going to be YI-JING versus No Salary Peak, South Asia versus Oceania, the minor regions that have made their way through their own qualifiers to come up against 2 of Southeast Asia's greatest. And Komodo, walk me through this Pearl Agent composition.
Yeah, I'm dotting my eyes.
चलेगा. We are here, guys.
We get it earlier, so I'm ready, and I seem smarter than I actually am because I'm.
So guys, No Salary Peak का do or die game शुरू होने वाला है कुछ ही टाइम के अंदर. जल्दी से लिंक पे टैप करो, आ जाओ स्ट्रीम के ऊपर. आज अगर No Salary Peak जीती है तो टूर्नामेंट में आगे जाएगी, और अगर हार का सामना करना पड़ा तो we are out of the tournament. तो जल्दी आओ, No Salary Peak को सपोर्ट करते on stream.
Hellf as a KO, that is my thing. I cannot undo that from my brain. It is wired for the robot. And for YI-JING, it is their same comp that they ran yesterday. Always interesting when you've got, you know, changes, for example, Kadiri and Dragon, right? Sage on this map, but then you go to the next map and Kadiri's on the Sage and the vice for Dragon. So there's a couple of senti uniqueness there. This is also a different take on the P1 comp to a degree, where the Teo is actually played instead of the Sage. So that one change with the same 4 other agents, though, does make a very significant difference to the composition as well. So we'll see what is going to happen in the server. The pistol round is going to be important. This is an elimination game here for
guys,
2026 Pacific LCQ.
We enjoy it.
YI-JING versus
ये वही बात हो गई. कल 1:30 बजे था गेम, आज 4:30 है, तो मेरी ऑडियंस को थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो गया है.
Makes their way
It's
up
all
to
good.
fight against 555, one of Thailand's best, and the loser will leave Jakarta empty-handed.
Probably with tears in their hands.
गेम चालू हो रहा है guys. गेम हाँ चलो मैं VLR बाद में खोल दूंगा.
For
I
anybody.
was planning to open VLR लेकिन
It's
मैं
a close
VLR
game, a
अभी
good
open
game,
नहीं
or is a
करूंगा.
clean game, a good game. Damara, you're dead.
अकेले
quite the
भागता है
setup.
रे.
3 members poised, postured, waiting. And they will be successful as well. It's actually going to be a wander down yonder in towards A main off the back of it. Lightning fast. Starts better at Kadiri. Actually find some pretty good damage off the back of it too. So
पर सिर्फ
it's gonna
damage
be
का
taken
क्या
a little
करूं?
bit low here as they now
I
start
needed
to
a
walk their
frag.
way down lane. They've actually bailed out. That is smart from YI-JING here. No salary peak should be able to find control of the site.
Yeah, the heal can come on through to Kadiri as well. And he's even going to find the kill on Asayu. So this is really
Nice
good
shot.
from them. You understand why NSP wants to go looking for a kill or two before going for the plant. They managed to find one.
3v4.
Where they need to start to get their sight set on the
Ooh,
सबको थोड़ी heal कर पाएगा. एक को heal कर दिया बहुत है.
just saved by the rendezvous there. The swirl obviously taken down relatively low here in the process.
सबको
So
थोड़ी
the
heal कर
advantage
पाएगा.
will go the way of
एक को
YI-JING
किया बहुत है.
purely in willpower and players in the server. But already in this post-plant setup. 4 in the Headhunter here for DC, but headhunted by
Not one by
Kadiri
one,
and
not
Dragon
one by
also
one, not
marching
one
on
by
in.
one.
So have to be lightning fast
चार
with
मारे
a stellar
उसने.
play. Oh
तुम
my
एक को
god!
मारते.
That was
तुम
almost
एक
the
मारते लेकिन चार मारा
grandeur to
है.
come out from lightning fast. We talked about him. Which version were we gonna get? And Floga.
चार
will be
मारा है
able to close the
lightning
round.
ने यार.
The good one, it would appear, for Lightning Fast. 4 kills to come through. Looked like he was already on half HP before that first battle did start to come on through, but maybe he wasn't. There you go, take down 70, still healthy, 15, and then traded. Took 4 of them to remove him for the 5th. Got it.
ओशिनिया रीजन से नहीं हारना है यार. ओशिनिया रीजन से बिल्कुल नहीं हारना है boys.
With the plant, mind you.
कल जीत सकते हैं. कल we had a great chance. ठीक है, सारी उम्मीदें पे पानी फिरा है अपने. लेकिन यार अब नहीं हार रहे हैं.
Fast has almost sent me into the abyss there. My word.
I just don't want to lose
Seen
right
him
now.
do some pretty exciting things over the years. It's all about stepping up to the play consistently here now as Swirl will do exactly that. Does have the regen shield. But with the judge, you'll be able to put down a couple inside mid as they try to clear the doors. Now Minimize showing up to the party as well. A little bit of disrespect
तो
early
Pearl
here
खेलना
from the
पड़ रहा है.
Australian side as well.
जो मैप के बारे में if but
You know,
yes
it's
no
funny.
कुछ है ही नहीं हमारे
Get
पास.
the player pronunciation document and they say Floga. But the Australian in me is just wanting to say Flogger.
I
The
feel you.
spams are good
Yep.
for team YI-JING.
In fact, it might even be. Who knows?
Probably. He's just getting into the
भाई it's
flow as
getting
well.
scary हाँ. एक एक
Oh,
राउंड
man,
मतलब
don't
ऐसा
get me
लग रहा है कि
started.
हमें दूर लेके जा रहा है VCT
Still
stage
never
से.
forget not finding out that Sephiroth changed his name.
एक
yeah,
एक
they changed it
राउंड
back.
हमें दूर
Yep.
लेके जाएगा VCT stage
Now
पे.
he's
This
playing
is
on
like that.
the
और
actual
वहाँ
top
से
stuff,
साला
top
पूरा
speed
नहीं
with
मारोगे तो वो
Goliath.
heal कर ही
Yeah.
देगा.
Oh, great rip of the head from Damara there. Swirl will be punished, and that should
Empty.
be a round for
Empty.
Minimize.
No more words but
Three
empty.
secured.
The second
YI-JING will
round
be
it
able to
was a
find their
fine
second.
round
Pretty happy
and
looking
it's all
bonus
good.
here as well. We've got plenty of weaponry to sort of kick back with here. Good start there from Swirl. They almost got a little bit hot under the collar there. Damara certainly made Swirl sweat. But it's going to be A-OK for the time being as we now move on into this third round. First buy to have a little look into no salary peak.
And as I said, it would be a pretty strong one with the plant that went down in the pistol and holding onto it with Lightning Fast getting the 4 kills. He's now 1 away from the Cosmic Divide. Getting that on the attacking round can be quite the assistance as well. So we'll see. Shockey's out. Going to be a little bit premature not to hit the Sova immediately if they were rushing.
We're
for the
losing to
climb.
Australia.
So
Maybe not. I don't
of the
know.
Owls.
The pistol is gone.
Who will spot who
I don't want the
first?
pistol to be gone.
Members on this B side for YI-JING. Start broken.
सोचो ALGS छोड़ के हम ये.
Little clear in. Quickly taken down by Swirl.
It's over.
He's stuck in the back.
It's over.
line
We
and-
going
and
home.
no
We going
salary
home, guys.
peak,
We
just
going
not
home.
Kind of
We
really
going
putting
home. It's
anything
over.
in there. They
Pack up.
have really kind of given that round up to YI-JING. Finding Swirl, sure, but not really setting themselves up for trades in any way. Need to sort of see this back, actually. It was just, what, the slow orb that kind of kept them at bay for a
क्योंकि
second?
नहीं दिख रहे भाई.
Interesting
Fighting stance ही नहीं
decision
दिख
for
रहा
no
हमारा.
salary pick as well when you're playing a double
People
initiated
say
comp
क्यों?
to not
मैं बोल
be
रहा हूँ
having
fighting
the
stance
dart
किधर है अपना?
slash the blade to go clear holes properly.
चलो
Because if
जाता
someone
हूँ ये
destroys
round
that,
देख
that's
के
info
मेरा
in
हो गया है.
itself, and you've got to assume that it might even be the shotgun.
I
given
don't know,
the
yaar.
fact
I
that you
don't
saw
know,
it in the
bro. I
last
don't
round
know.
from
I
Swirl.
legit don't know
These are the
what
things
the
that
fuck has
you
happened
know,
with
leave
our
no
team
stone
because our team
unturned,
did
for
well.
example, in a composition that generally plays
three
in
to
its
वापस.
strength in the mid rounding, in the information gather.
Tamara really looking for something now.
चलो ये तो बोनस है.
But they are going to try and take point straight through the nebula early. And a little bit of a wraparound
Nice.
as well. Swirl's going to be careful.
Lightning
In for a
अकेला मार
little
मार
bit
के
of a rude
कितना मार
awakening. That's
लेगा.
a great opening here from Lightning Fast as well. A second from DC. This is what we mean. This is where it all can start to fall apart. Minimize does some damage. Damara's going to be all up in his grill though. Straight in
बढ़िया.
there as the fragment will be able to take him down. So
Guns
who's
throw
left
करो एक
here?
दूसरे पे. Yes,
Burger and
sir.
Dragon.
That's
I
perfect.
don't know exactly how keen they are. Like, sure, they've got money to go back into this with, but I
That
think
is
they might just
perfect.
be
That
happy
is
to give this
perfect.
one
That
up.
is perfect.
Classic to the pistols after the bonus round for the Aussies, but we'll see if they are going to be able to find it potentially. Wrangle this one back would be massive.
They're still going for it. So clearly they want to try and find this here. They're all going to be moving through the nebula. They actually leave it up for a second, but the Owl Drone's obviously getting a hell of a lot of that information. The Nova Pulse will make it a bit more awkward. And okay, broken wall.
बचा लिया
Surely no
Lightning
time.
ने.
Lightning fast.
अकेला
He's
मारेगा
made
क्या?
And that will be a very, very clean response round from No Salary Pete.
We
there.
need
Nicely done
others
from
to
Lightning
step
Fast and Damar.
up.
All right.
Lightning
Again,
अकेला
esports
मार मार के
yesterday.
कितना मारेगा
Behind Mini,
भाई?
up on top of the pit ledge. We saw a lot of plays of
चार
players
पहले
standing
राउंड
up
में,
on
तीन इस राउंड
for,
में.
YI-JING. I wonder if that is going to be in the back minds of NSP to clear that properly as well.
Bro, I just don't
Something for
get
me,
it.
I noticed when they're on an island.
बाकी
by
टीम
themselves,
क्या कर
they're
रही
playing
है
up
अभी
on
भी?
the ledge. Early Hunter's Fury to come in from Mini. 0 point to deny. Dragon finds DC.
ऑफ वर्सेस
over
ऑफ के
at
बैटल में
B.
अपनी ऑफ गिर गई
Now
है.
that
वहां
we've got
ड्रैगन
all
मार
this
चुका है.
main control as YI-JING, do you feel that it's going to end over at the Bravo site, or do you feel like it's all a bit of a ruse and Swirl goes too far forward to his demise? It's good to see that does think better of it, given that he's got a judge, and that could be pretty powerful at his current position.
You know,
All
I'm
good,
always
all
very happy
good.
to see a Sage operator. Dragon making his way closer to that res. So taking point. Swirl is in a very,
actually
very bold
scared
position
right
with
now.
that judge here. More so the concern, not really having Floga that close up for a trade. We do have minimized watching a
trade.
little bit further back. They do find one, which means they will not clear.
But-
they have no idea. And they are still just so separated, aren't they? Hell,
Hell,
Ellison
तीन मार
saying,
गया.
hang on, what is that overstep?
2v2. ये राउंड अगर निकाल दिया, ये मैप अपना होगा.
The captain, as you mentioned, the one making the calls, will he get any information with that 0 point? No.
Left.
Now just has to walk in. Has the null command, has the fragment, a flash drive to boot. And now it's just going to be on to Dragon and Kadiri and the timing Dragon. Lucky to hit Seu. Going to have to be Hellef to try and find this round now. Walking straight into it. Hellef is massacring
Hellef bhai.
looking to do it all, but Kadiri gets the catch. But that is damage to the
दो
economy of
राउंड
YI-JING.
ऐसे दो राउंड गए हैं जहां चार चार मार के हम 1v1 पे हक दिए हैं. हक दिए इन द सेंस टीम ने हक है, बट वो चार मारने के बाद उस प्लेयर को मैं कुछ नहीं बोल सकता. वो 1v1 हम हारते हुए दिखे.
South Asia side, maybe it's a little bit too individual at the moment, and the regrouping needs to come together as a unit.
हेलेफ ने एक राउंड में चार मारा, लाइटनिंग फास्ट ने एक राउंड में चार मारा. वी
Time out
नीड
from
टू
them
हैव
as well.
समथिंग भाई. वी नीड टू हैव समथिंग.
Recollect the thoughts. Now you want to
अगर नहीं मिलता है कुछ जल्द ही अटैकिंग हाफ के अंदर वी विल बी वेरी बैकवर्ड इन दिस गेम और कम बैक करना बहुत टफ हो जाएगा.
On the 28th of June, so you call it, you know, a week and a half ago on that Sunday evening.
Yep.
This map of Pearl was the opener. So it's been a little bit since they've played it, right? In its specifics, where for YI-JING, they played it yesterday. They can recognize their own weaknesses and their own strengths immediately. And yes, homework is all well and good for NSP if they're ready for that. But you always learn more in application. So this is a good time out for them to try and figure things out right now from what they're seeing in the server itself.
Timeout finished. What do NSP do here? There's been a couple of players that are yet to sort of really activate, and it's been individual brilliance so far that's kind of got them over the line. Multi-kills from Lightning Fast and Hellf. Did have that explosion onto A, which was the only round of success so far.
Well, it was kind of a round that
कौन-कौन है चैट में?
they had no business in winning.
गाइस कल जैसा शेयर कर दो यार.
It was a
Classic.
trick. Yep.
We're very hospitable, us Oceanic players. We like to give rounds up.
This is very risky for Floga as well right now. A Vandal in a Nebula. You are literally by yourself and you got to skedaddle a little bit early. Given the distance.
क्रेड्स के लग जाएंगे अगर ये राउंड में हम जीत गए तो ये जिंग के क्रेड्स के लग जाएंगे
A lot of this
guaranteed
to control. What do they want to do with it? You can see that Mini's repositioned already. You can swing out together to a degree on the A site if you need to. Dragon, it feels like it's a little bit of a roughie though for him on this position at the church. So
very, very tough.
Right, a little
in the line to be
nice shot,
traded,
Damara.
not in the line to get that resurrection out. So that's a massive pick from Damara. Nakadiri is stuck in a hell of
Flash
a
भी है, stun भी है, सब कर दिया हुआ, angle मार तो दो उसको.
Be okay for a little bit longer, but Minimize has walked straight into the hands of Damara here. And I think
वहाँ
that's
Minimize
actually
को मारा है,
knock command
Kadiri
that's
को
gonna be
नहीं.
popped as well. But
ये
everything falling
चीज
apart
notice
here for
करो.
YI-JING. There is members here, and it's got to be Kadiri. Okay, finding one onto Damara.
यही मैं बोला
But
ना.
it's only one. LF watching from connector. There's a couple of members back up. There's even a rotation potentially coming around here. So this is an awkward one. Cosmic Divide going down from Floga. It is on an awkward line. They might actually be able to get this one down to half. They are going to try rely on this one as best as possible. Half is good, but how much more time? Floga will go down to it as well, looking for some further damage, but it's Sayu. And it looks like it should very well be the round done. It's only Kadiri left, and with that shot going out, I don't think there's going to be enough time. Ella will catch it with the bandit on the fadeaway, and that's an awesome round from No Salary Peak there.
बढ़िया round. We well played.
I wonder if there was a little bit of miscommunication for Floga in that moment in time as well with where the spike is planted, because he has cut the spike in half and it isn't an apple pie. You don't get half and your friend doesn't get half. You want all of it in that current point in time. Unlucky. Great round for NSP as you
all good. They are on eco right now. अगर वो ये राउंड हारते हैं, मैक्स लॉस बोनस उनका ट्रिगर होगा. बाय राउंड आएगा उनके पास अगला, लेकिन वहां पे अपन कैपिटलाइज कर सकते हैं.
For Dragon, that resurrection, should you find decent advantage?
Felt like Damara was sleeping जब spam पड़ा. Yes sir.
Pretty powerful.
But वो info होनी चाहिए यार कि वहां पे. Fuck.
Massive opener. Tour de force removed from the server. And this is the thing about YI-JING, you know, when there's less pressure, right? You know, when there's less weaponry in tow.
दो martial heads!
And
lines.
Full disclosure, right? This is not just restricted to this title. This has been happening.
Bro, we are eating
teams in bloody every
marshals on our heads
for the last 15 years.
2v3.
But anyway, the round is far
this
from
is the
done.
moment in time, by the way, that Dragon goes and gets an upgrade. If Kadiri wants, he could have grabbed the orb for the ulti, but they're playing on the back of the silent stream at the moment. Go together as well.
Still winnable, still winnable.
Dragon, he's not changed.
Team का हाथ और साथ end तक नहीं छोड़ेंगे भाई.
Oh, he's calling for guns, it looks like.
Left.
He's just pinged. And they've gone all the way around. So I think it looks like Dragon's actually trying to what? Go for that res potentially to maybe secure the round here? Yeah, okay. So that spike's going to go down. Dragon's going to go get a weapon. He's going to get the resurrection.
They need to be quick
try and
though.
retake onto the site. Yeah, exactly. But look at this. Look, finds Hell F. Damage dealt, but he's still alive.
No Hunter's Fury available for Sayu either. 2 shock darts, and it is planted in a bit of an obscure position that he can shoot them from heaven from.
Yeah, where does he want to go?
The bridge.
He's held them, but for how long? Aldron's going to go out, going to get some information. So Sayu, it's your time to step up, my friend, on towards the line. 1-2, looking for the ace, and it will have to be exactly that, but it's going to be Dragon.
मारना
To get the clear, they've got the time for the defusal.
Thrifty.
And unfortunately for No Salary Peak, it just comes down to that.
बना सकते थे ये राउंड अपना. वो दो मार्शल्स नहीं खाने थे.
They're getting kills, they're getting multis, but the trade game is where it's really letting them down in these moments.
And I guess Dragon is just special with the Marshal, and it rolls better than the Vandal potentially in these moments because they're both super low.
इस राउंड में इसने भी मार दिया.
Does seal the deal in the end for the defuse. You get a thrifty, no, we get a thrifty.
Any which ways. अभी भी it's early days. 5-2 is not that bad. Not that bad.
Come out with
Winnable
a weapon advantage in this fresh round as well, mind you. Very scattered affair for No Salary Peak. 5 different weapons across the board.
Together peaks पे focus करेंगे हो जाएगा.
Ranging rather. Mara's just going to send it with Lightning fingers.
बढ़िया.
Floga.
They may be raging here if you're Floga getting taken down by the gun fingers of Damara. So a really, really crucial opening here again. Minimize is
बढ़िया.
actually going to try and get the cross, but he does
Good
get
damage,
caught.
good damage, good damage hit,
Also
good
in a bit of
damage.
an awkward position here. Now the Hunter's Fury.
The ultimate should be hit. The ultimate should have been a hit.
Though. They're going to have to start to try and make their way out. It looks like they're going to try and put the pace down here a bit further.
और पे
Hunter's Fury not available for Sayu. Used early. So the lockdown is free of charge. Everyone's going to have to get out of dodge. And unfortunately, you can't back this up with a Floga ult for the Cosmic Divide either, right? So now is the time to fight.
Not one. Now as that utility starts to go down on towards the spike, minimized with the opening. He has to try and hold this from the lane here. Swirl jumps up high and dry. Needs to hit the additional shot, but it's just going to be onto Dragon to try and stick this one. And will he be successful? The answer is yes. The combination of Kadiri.
हमने वो हंटर्स फ्यूरी पहले क्यों मारी? क्या सोच रहे थे हम? Why that Hunter's Fury was before? This round was ours. We are fucking throwing it. We are fucking throwing it. We are not even trying to win it. We are not even trying कि हम जीते इस गेम को, हम जीते इस हाफ को, हम जीते कुछ राउंड्स को.
Coordinated for YI-JING.
I guess the thing is, you know, these players individually have loosely played together many times over the years, so they all should understand how each other operates despite some small roster variations.
I am dead, bhai. I am legit feeling dead out
DC
here.
is bested for the opening death again.
उधर डीसी से कुछ हो नहीं रहा है.
He doesn't really get to play
पता नहीं कहाँ जाके अकेले पीक करके अपनी बुंड दे रहे हैं.
Hasn't really had a chance, has he?
मार्शल से उस राउंड में 2 खा लिया हमने एक करके.
On the operator, holding that line into Link, and the flash drive unfortunately doesn't connect, and that's the thing about Swirl. He's also happy for another. Will it be a third? Not quite. Dragon's going to be able to look to find that, and
we are having a speed run, guys.
I mean, it was an eco, but a JBL Quantum Flawless comes through for YI-JING. They are marching through Pearl right now.
We are having a speed run, guys.
Ones that it felt a little bit readable when you know that the long position
we are having a
was
speed
vulnerable.
run.
You can see at this point in time there was a ping on long, and then there was a dart from Minimize that was destroyed too, mind you. So they knew exactly where Damara was. YI-JING are dotting I's, crossing T's on their map pick, mind you. On their map pick is where I will add the caveat.
Look, I guess this is the thing though, right? You know, if this one was really close, it would potentially mean that YI-JING have got a really tough battle up against 555, but they come in this dominant after no salary peak. Looked pretty solid up against 555, only losing in that third map in overtime.
They looked very solid.
They looked very good. We need the individuals
going
all
left,
stepping
right,
up
here,
for
there,
NSP.
everywhere. But अपना
gonna
कुछ
carry their
वैल्यू
region into
निकल
the
के आ
LCQ.
नहीं रहा है बॉयज. अपनी वैल्यूएशंस
Null Command, Cosmic Divide.
निकालो
available for
यहाँ
NSP
पे
on this
राउंड
round
चाहिए.
as well.
नाइस,
Just
ये
always
निकालो. We need
misses the
7-5
shot with the
guys.
op.
Makes it tough for Kadiri now, doesn't it? Completely solo Null Command pop. What utility can come out to support him? Doesn't seem like a hell of a lot here right now, as information will be gathered further. Been able to Kadiri again in a very uncomfortable position. Just go.
We need to get some shit. We need to get some shit, guys.
At all. Look how close they are. They're basically ready to rock and roll, but it is going to be the Cosmic Divide that goes down. Damara actually will fall to Floga, though, before it does peak up.
Nice
Now
one.
they all want to go through together.
Nice one.
Lightning fast drops
Nice
minimized.
one.
That's a great response here. LF again looking to do damage, but now it's Floga having to find the clutch in the 1 versus 4, and he will be able to find 2 of them already. Now it's going to be DC moving up close and
Bhai, kya rounds hai?
and it'll be Floga. The 1v3 with the 4K, a little kiss to the camera. The man steps
Bro, we
up when
going
his
home,
team
yaar.
needs him
Pack your
most of
bags
the
and
time.
go home, guys. I just can't watch. इससे अच्छा मैं EWC कर लूं यार. इससे बेटर मैं EWC कर लूं. मेरा हो गया भाई इनको देख के।
But so far,
डीसी कर क्या रहा है?
I was really expecting a little bit more from No Salary Peak at the beginning of this map. And they've shown signs, but just that level of disconnect. DC again has gone down first. Swirl takes him down.
भाई
Whistle
डीसी रुक
past-
जा।
Mid though.
Headhunter bullet whistled past Swirl in that one. Taking the long space now. Mini, he's missed the timing, but they're aware of it with the ping, at least. So they know what positions that they've given up. As Floga is going to keep the waters in check of Lightning Fast. How long does he stay here, though? That's the thing for me.
Great setup.
Nice. 2
Lightning
shots
Fast
at least.
finds him though, and there's Sayu taking down Kadiri. So Dragon is going to have a very, very tall task here. Needs 2
थोड़े
for
बहुत
the
साइंस
res.
दिख रहे हैं कि हम
He's
जीत
actually
सकते
gonna
हैं
leave the
राउंड्स,
site.
बट
He's gonna wait for
हम
the teammates to
डिसाइसिव
rotate around.
मूवमेंट्स के
Still is a
ऊपर
3
फकअप
versus
कर
3
जाते हैं
as the
भाई।
spike goes down.
Single flash for Halef. It's going to go for a poppy, and Dragon falls.
Great stuff there. Awesome flash.
बढ़िया, बढ़िया, बढ़िया.
LF as he gets
Finally
another kill
showing
as well. It's all gonna be left
showing
on to
actually
minimize.
some signs to win.
Last lane will go down. Sayu is trapped in a very awkward line. He's looking towards the flowers, but Minimize doesn't have a date to give him to. Going to be walking his way through. Shock bolt over the top, but he's got his back.
Finally,
turned.
Sayo
will
did
be able to
something.
find
Finally,
it. And
Sayo
just
did
as I
something.
said
We
it,
are into
just
the game
as
now.
he walks into a
We
solo
need
kill
8-4
again,
half, man. We need
NSP
8-4.
show what they've got for us here in round of 11.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting for in this one. I'd love to see the
3v5.
replay in which, there you go, Lightning Fast finds Floga. Maybe blinking or looking at the radar, because as an Astro, you got to be aware of all your utility as well, right? Sometimes it can betray you for you being the one to watch a very crucial position. Very necessary round for NSP to be picking up, as we've got a double operator set up now for YI-JING. One away for Dragon's Resurrection. On this weapon, he is charged with holding the B site. Similarly, Kadiri be assisting where required with that util.
And man, this is just the thing we
Shoulder.
were talking about earlier, right? On the
Nice
line,
shot,
though, first
DC.
We'll leave that. There we go, DC. A very well needed opener. I was just going to quickly touch on, right? You know, Helef was one of the players that was really sort of underperforming yesterday, and now that he's top fragging, just sort of begging for the rest of his team to kind of step up and join him.
Yeah.
Minimize making the additional investment to go on towards this line, though. DC certainly seems to be aware of it.
Kind of thing, though, that it's a problem for No Salary Peak if Halef is the one fragging, right? He's the one that's supposed to be maneuvering people and setting them up for success. Especially on a KO.
Nice
He
shot.
should be dead to rights.
Finally, DC connecting
Another
some
position
heads.
Caught out with util. Caught out. And that angle that DC holds and finds, this is looking little by little be a good closing round for the half for No Salary Peak.
Trademark's down too, so going to catch off the rotation from Floga very, very quickly. And even Sayu's done very well to keep them occupied.
बढ़िया
over
ये
towards this
pick
side of
करवाया
B.
है.
It's all the ruse, it's all an A site. It's going to be a next to impossible take here unless we can see Floga
बढ़िया
maybe
मारा.
find Sayu. No, a 2 versus 5 on the cards for Kadiri and Dragon. Seen them have a big round previously, but I think this one might be a
Minimum
little
यहाँ
bit
6-6
too
होना
big
चाहिए
for
था.
them to fit their boots.
2 rounds गलत गए. एक DC का 1v1 और एक
Holding the
Thrifty
deeper
round.
angle in towards A main for Mini, and you try to use the dart, and now Dragon with that operator, dead to right. DC doubling kills. No Salary Peak.
Fine
find
half,
the fourth
fine half
crucial
for the
round
team,
that they
fine half
need
for the
to
team.
Potentially get a pistol in a second and bring it a bit closer on the exchange of the half.
I'm actually flabbergasted right now. Sorry.
That's a sort of show of a sign of vulnerability, right? You know, some of these rounds that are being lost by YI-JING don't look solid. You know, when they've got this streak, the hot run of rounds, they look like they just can take on the world, but it's these ones that allow them to feel a little bit vulnerable. The No Salary Peak might be able to get their way back into this one. It's still a pretty big uphill battle. 8-4 half.
चलेगा अभी भी बुरा
All
नहीं
rounds
हुआ
even
है
to tie
यार.
it. They'll have to walk through the pistol first as well.
Gonna be a big one though, right? You don't want to feel massively confident that you are in front 8-4 and you feel like you got this map in the bag. Switching sides, you got to see how your opponents are going to differ in their play and how you're going to be successful in your own play as well. And there's more counters that can potentially come out as YI-JING go to their attacking side. I always do wonder what Tisoy is going to be writing down in his notebook.
drawing pictures of cats or something. I don't know.
I'm sure there are people that would agree with you on that one.
Depending on the day you get him. They're shifting the halves. And that pistol. Incredibly important for both sides.
ठीक ठाक गया है. The map is fine till now. We did some
So here we
mistakes,
go.
body mistakes.
Crucial pistol rounds. Lightning fast.
आज
tried
हेलफ
his
lightning मार रहे हैं.
damnedest in the beginning of the
तो
match
सायो
to
डीसी
find
शांत है.
for
हमारा तो पता
no
नहीं सो ही
salary
गया है.
peak. And they
सामने
get it
वाला
this
नियॉन और
time
हमारे
or
नियॉन
not.
में पता नहीं कौन सा.
Great opening. DC will be able to find one, but then quickly
एक
traded
मार
by
पीछे
Dragon.
आ.
So it's a stalemate at this point in time, but they've already found some pace in towards Art.
टीपी
Will
मार
be a
खत्म
work of
कर.
it, as they do wrap their way around mid. I am not sure if they're going to be ready for this. No, they are. Dragon having a little bit of a look, but Damara
Finally
slides on
Damara
in,
got
looking
one.
good
Two.
here inside the Art position.
Third
Gonna
one
take
as
a
well.
Third with a second reset
Third
of
one
that
as well
slide
for
as well.
Damara.
Nicely done. Damara holding on to the spike, leaving it
Head
all
मारा एक
on
और
to
को.
minimize
बढ़िया.
even
बढ़िया
the
one.
dink as well, making it
Finally
impossible.
हमारा got 4.
4K.
भाई कुछ तो किया हमारा ने.
Oh man. A massive start on the pistol here for the Neon of Damara.
कुछ
That
तो
will
किया
be the
हमारा ने
start
भाई.
of
कुछ
their
तो
journey
किया.
towards a level of success on this map of Pearl.
Yeah, you can just see the way that he navigates around that single box as well. He's got teammates around him where needed.
थोड़ा सा
He's
बीमार
the
चल
one
रहा है, I
picking
guess,
out those
हमारा.
shots very nicely done. Bit too one-dimensional for YI-JING on the pistol too, mind you. All through the singular choke. And they pay that price.
We could have beaten the
Take the
triple
lead heading in
five.
towards the
We could
second
have
round
beaten
of the half,
today
but the
as
weapons of
well.
NSP playing the distance game at the B site.
अगर आज हम हारते हैं तो
Hume would wreck them.
मेरे को ये लगेगा हम YI-JING को भी
Maybe
इजीली
they
हरा
are not
सकते थे.
correct.
क्योंकि YI-JINग कोई
He
इतनी
knows.
टफ टीम नहीं है यार.
Healed
About paying
immediately.
the iron price.
खा गए राइट क्लिक.
Okay. So safe for now. Victor recovered. Further damage dealt. Minimize might want to look to actually give that weapon over, but he's trying to push forward, take point. They're actually going to potentially try and clear out Link here. It's an
Nice one,
awkward
Hellef and
line. There's
Lightning.
So many angles
बढ़िया.
to watch, but Hellef
बढ़िया है लाइटनिंग.
be able to get the damage done, and now it's impossible. Damara straight in,
बढ़िया.
and this is exactly what I'm sure that YI-JING will be fearing. A very aggressive Neon running all up in their faces. And a 6th round for NSP means that they'll go into the bonus with 4 weapons. And YI-JING are slowly starting to lose control of the ship.
That's why I mentioned even at an 8-4 half, you need to make sure that that halftime break is used nicely for a good reset and ready for that pistol round, because quickly it can
Jetman
get
45.
close if you drop that pistol. in
From
second
where
round.
do you got the
Albeit
watch party
if the bonus
access?
round
Riot.
goes NSP's way, then there's problems on YI-JING's side. This is the time to really focus up for them and make some very wise
Mail
decisions
करो,
on this
मिल जाता
attacking
है.
side.
मेरे चैनल पे आपको
Mid
वॉच पार्टी
exploration
से
as
दिखेगी
well to come
जेटमेन
through
भाई.
from NSP. If Hellef is playing in this position, I'm expecting a good pop flash for the team to peak mid, which is what
Being a
exactly
caster,
comes on out.
this is one of the perks you get.
So much damage already dealt early, right? This is the thing, you know, that's a couple of rounds in a row where they've been peppered down before they've even taken any space. And they want to go fast. LF is here. Doesn't have the best weapon for it either, though. That Stinger, lightning fast, does get taken, but LF, this could be awesome position.
दो मार गया LF, nice.
Find the timing, he's gotten 2. He's alive.
तीसरा भी मार सकता है, अरे यार.
So does the fear into the eyes, but they trade, and it's okay for now. There was a serious moment in time where Hellef was going to unleash his name. Now Seu knows they're low on HP, but it is going to be a very tall order there. YI-JING, lucky is the key word there, that it was
Very
not
lucky.
more than a bonus, and that Stinger didn't have more of a bar.
मार
It was
सकता था
more
Hellef
of a
यार
form of a
तीसरा भी.
Scorpion.
A Flogger on the lurk as well, contributing to that
Could have
one.
killed the third one as well.
Definitely
Could have
a
killed the
little
third
sorry
one
for
as
Sayu, by
well.
the way, with how
बहुत अच्छा
low
मार रहा है.
two of the YI-JING fellas
अगर
were.
यही मोमेंटम कैरी करता है हेलेफ तो ये सीरीज हमसे
Time is
कोई
on
नहीं
your
छीन
side,
सकता
knowing
है.
where
जस्ट
the
डीसी
last
को और
of
डमारा को
Memphis
स्टेप अप
Flogger
करना
comes
होगा.
in.
बाकी प्लेयर्स बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. सायो ने भी कल से
9-6
बेटर परफॉर्म
now.
किया है.
As DC
हेलेफ
brings
ने
out the
इम्प्रूव
operator
किया
on this
है,
defensive
बट
side
जो
as the
इम्प्रूवमेंट
chamber, it is point and click
नीचे गई है ना
simulator.
भाई, जो ग्राफ नीचे गया है डमारा का वो नहीं चलेगा.
Information gathered already.
डमारा का ग्राफ नीचे नहीं
Sort of
जाना चाहिए.
approach. But this time they're happy to just
सिर्फ
let
का
the
इक्का था
utility
हमारा
go
डमारा
down.
भाई.
as they posture
ये
their way back
tournament से
over
पहले
towards
he
mid here.
was
The
one of
problem
the
for me
guys जो
right
भाई
now is you've used that drone early. If you're
क्या हो
minimized
चुके
and
हैं?
you don't dart
Mask
off
पहन के
long
आया
to
शायद
clear this
बीमार भी
operator
हो।
line,
I don't
you
know.
are very vulnerable to the situation.
Things are going
Put
bad
a
but
smoke in
ठीक है
towards the art
यार
trademark. You could try and sneak on by. It would be the better
Minimals don't
avenue
have a
of
gun,
approach
like,
right now to
proper
get
gun.
in towards this A site as well as LF. Well, he's going to have to wrap around the spawn side of things. And
16 players
poor
detected
old DC, he just has to
main
stick around in
control
main.
acquired.
He
Pura
could have
main
so
control
much
acquired
impact though in this
एक
position, right? You know, Minimize seems to just be trying to keep him in place. Swirl tagged up, first shot, there's the rendezvous out. And he's actually alive, so they must have popped that Nebula back down to give him some space to get out. And now the scrap starts to happen. Seiyu finding that opening. Spike still dropped, no opportunity just yet. The shot bot won't quite connect on it either. Lightning fast, still alive, dropping down Swirl. They are falling apart here. YI-JING, they're not able to find any space. They're not able to deal with any of this
These are the
utility.
perfect
They're
spams
dealing with
we
just a
need.
wall. It's paper thin, and I'm not talking the caster. Waiting for time.
Don't,
Minimize
don't,
Floga
don't.
lines them up. Oh my god, Minimize! What is happening in this round? No one's seen anyone.
know he's there.
Shots are
Bro,
flying
nahi.
left, right, and center, and somehow they
हम
win.
एक-एक करके
a
क्यों
2
जा रहे
versus
हैं?
4.
We have the advantage.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
And you know that they've all just stood up. and
हमने
they've said
कितने
something along
भाई
the
हमारे
lines of,
4
"How do
players
you
जिंदा
lose
है
that? You need to
2v4
shoot us." The Guardian is...
let
What are
them
you doing?
plant
There you go. That's what they're saying. The Guardian is the
Be
goat gun
together.
for a reason. Very, very patient.
Oh, dude, it's just like Kennedy's round from the previous,
Yeah,
right? The
understand.
ace with the
Yeah.
Guardian
Then
from
people
Boat
ask,
Shed,
why
and
are
then
you
Minimize
crashing out
somehow does
everywhere?
that.
भाई हम गंदा
Oh,
नहीं
man,
खेलते
this game,
हम अच्छा
it
खेलते
never
हैं
ceases to
बेसिक्स
amuse
पे
me,
फोकस
right?
करो
You don't have
बेसिक्स
this in other
we
regions,
need to
right?
get
It's just
basics fixed
everything gets thrown out the window. There's indecision, and it leads to the finest, right? Like they couldn't get the site. They lose 3 blind to a brick wall,
Yeah.
and then they win a 2 versus 5.
Like the meme where you're talking to the brick wall. The brick wall fights back.
Yeah, literally. Just the guy standing behind it with his arms up. Cinema.
Well, it's not curtains on this one, though, that's for sure. Timeout for NSP. They've gone backstage to remake up. Pistols, though, don't give you good confidence here. What could Damara potentially do with an itchy trigger finger on the overdrive?
भाई बेसिक्स अगर नहीं
Just
फिक्स
doing a
हुए
bit
तो
of
लग
stock
जाएंगे
check
यार
on the
बेसिक्स
ults
अगर
as
नहीं
well,
फिक्स
and
हुए तो
whilst Mini
बहुत
has
बुरी
his,
तरह से
look
लग
how
जाएंगे
close Dragon and Floga are.
बिकॉज
There's
ये 6-10 होना ही नहीं चाहिए था ये समवेयर अराउंड
Cosmic Divide and
9-7 हमारे
away.
फेवर में गेम था
could be a bit of a bailout for NSP.
10-6 YI-JING के फेवर में
Around such as this.
9-7 हमारा फेवर गेम होता
Kill
था
then death.
जो चीजें खराब हुई है हमारे लिए Good shot, come back.
Shout out Achilles for the one time.
Only one.
But there's the opener
just stay
that
alive
they've been
for the
chasing,
rounds
right? DC finding a real big one. And
कोशिश
this is the
करो
thing. This is a round
right
that
tag
YI-JING
लगाओ अपनी डेथ
are
पे
so
यार
susceptible to losing here. Pistols only up.
because if
And
you
just
stay alive सामने वालों को
slight
दिक्कत आएगी
indecisions, going solo, looking for info, taking the duel. Swirl potentially overheating there, but weapon won't be recovered. It's still a doable
You
round.
can get the res though. That's the big thing. Because
They
if you
can.
think about it, name a bloody more iconic duo than Ose and losing Ecos.
100%.
So yeah.
And also winning ecos though. So,
This is true.
Your duty is
you know,
not over.
little from column A, a little from column B. There's the res, and the thing I'm scared about is when Damara is going to be coming over.
nice shot
Oh, a couple of
Or
missed
damage
shots,
here,
but
yeah,
one does
Swirl is
connect.
also
DC
damage.
able to find it. Now he's 2 away from that 2 to force. Swirl's going to be looking to get that plant. Still 4 bullets in the chamber here. They do manage to get the spike down, but there's the fast lane.
Damara gets
Back
one,
and
Damara
forth.
gets another
Overdrive
one.
to come out from Damara.
Damara is
Exactly who I was
dead,
talking
bhai.
about here. It has to be Floga again. He's connected onto 3, and he's looking for 4.
भाई Floga
and he
अकेला
will
मारे
find
जा
it.
रहा है,
The
मारे जा रहा है,
man
मारे
is
जा रहा है.
snapping necks and cashing checks all around the block.
He's done it again, mate, for a 4K with that sinister crispy dot crosshair aim. Previously behind the Sage Wall at the A site with the defuse against DC. This time, stuck between a rock and a hard place, tapping him
क्या
up
मार रहा है भाई
and standing
Floga
up again.
Floga is alone killing
They're all up
everybody
and about. This is
Yep.
what wins games, though, right? Like, it's that momentum, it's that attitude, it's what we saw.
it is still not
between
losable
Bonkers
guys
and
सिर्फ
D
5
plus
round
Kia,
का deficit
right?
है
Yeah,
यार
legit.
When you've got that momentum,
Y'all
you
should've
can throw into
should've
the
seen-
face of your enemies.
Should have seen the atmosphere in that game though. Holy.
हम जीत सकते हैं ये
Oh,
मैप
yeah,
अभी भी
that was a crazy series.
That was wild.
5
It'll be
rounds
one of my core
we
memories for a long,
quit
long
it
time.
and we win it
Not over.
पैसा
Until
नहीं है
Conquer
अभी
Kings,
भी
though, as
इनके
everybody knows, a rapid approach on towards the Alpha site right now. A little bit more backed up for NSP as Hunter's Fury starts to lay in for Minimize. How does the
What?
Classic get him?
What is happening?
the recon,
Straight on in with the finger guns, but he's overcooked a little bit there.
the recon
Damara
fucked
finds
him.
one. Minimize with the big flank here, but they've got to be very, very careful because Damara has connected with the relay bolt and it's going to make it
recon
really,
fucked him,
really
actually.
damaging here. Hellef finds another, and this is the thing. YI-JING want to lose themselves some rounds as we will see another line come up, but it's the slow that gives time. I don't think they're actually fully aware of exactly where Minimize was, or are they? Apparently
Badhiya.
they are, and Damara's going to find 3 in the round
Badhiya,
for
badhiya.
no salary peak.
Okay, that's how that is. I'm blind, FYI. They scam him.
Okay.
Yeah, they scan him. Unfortunate though, when you've got that wall down, you think that the other side is also blocked off, and you
well
forget
played
about
bro
how
NSP
very
lock in
stuck
come on
is
yes
towards
यार
the site there.
भाई ये 11
Solo
7 नहीं होना
approach
चाहिए था
for
राउंड्स
Double
अगर तुम एक
Dragon
राउंड
from
देखो ना एक्चुअली एक राउंड अगर तुमने देखा है ना इस गेम का जो मैंने क्लोजली देखा है तो ये 11-7 तो किसी भाव नहीं होता है भाई हमारे फेवर में ये कम से कम कहीं ना कहीं 18 राउंड्स में 11-7 हमारे फेवर में होना चाहिए था या 12-6 एटलीस्ट राइट नाउ हमने राउंड्स थ्रो किस किस जगह पे किए हैं वी थ्रू राउंड्स आई डोंट
seriously good teams, and he's had that international run. He's won split one of this year in Southeast Asia, but it's about being able to keep the chains on the rest of the team and not letting them run amok, right? And they have to close this game fast. Otherwise, it might end up in overtime and no salary peak might take them down. So, as you said, it ain't done until the slightly less heavy Conky sings. But, yeah, I don't know. They're making it hard for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know that Damara's stuck and you've got Minimize coming from behind. Just pinch them together. Anyways. Recognizing that Halef is here, do they know that the operator is as well? Because there's 2 in play.
Badhiya.
You assume it's 1 per side.
बढ़िया
This makes it really uncomfortable, doesn't it? Sayu's
Badhiya.
playing fantastically here with that Hunter's Fury. Helef does some further damage. Kadiri does more. But now they've got to try and find this site control. They should be able to find the spike. And the plant
चलेगा
well.
I am okay with it कि हमने इको राउंड में
So they're just going to have to play
ultimate
this one
use
together.
की but
And it was
ठीक
a
है
2-on-5 to start with only sheriffs.
I really don't want to see them use this lockdown anyways as well. Because if that gets dropped, you know that Lightning Fast can answer back potentially with the Cosmic Divide or just sheer strength in numbers.
You say that though, there's always a chance here. They get one, maybe minimize. I think he would have been spotted by that Owl drone. So he has to try and reposition here. Does get some information onto DC. Will connect on the shot too. So he does make it a little bit more uncomfortable for them. Kadiri moves in, but now it has to be minimized. 2 bullets in the chamber. He's hit one and he's run. Oh no! Yeah! Not quite.
No bullets.
Sayu
बच
with the
गया
4K. But you all
क्या
know
बोलूं
why
मैं?
I was up and about for
मेरे को
just a split
गुस्सा आ रहा
second.
है ये देख गेम प्ले ये गेम प्ले कैसे देख सकता हूँ मैं
Shots in, opting not to go for the reload.
What are we watching?
You can always understand why. Wasn't
उसकी
able to get a
गोलियां
weapon
खत्म हुई
in
इसके लिए हम
possession.
जीते
Wasn't able to finish off DC immediately despite the Pinocchio of the Tour de Force.
सायो
We've
रुका
seen
हुआ है
bonk
उस जगह
before.
Nah, but
that's
the,
why.
That's the problem. It's not the bonk.
Yeah.
It's the fame.
Yeah. But I've seen the run out of bullets lead to the knife kill before.
भाई चाकू मार
But yeah, that's a real close one to come through as NSP do get the job done. YI-JING now. Remember, they took that time out. Love the productivity behind the Nebula, the pop flash on out and the slide on through.
aim in control
Turret down. YI-JING
established aim in
speed up the
control
pace towards the safe
secured
side now.
पुल भी कर लो पुल भी कर लो एक बार पुल कर लो बराबर है
Really awkward now. Looking for a little bit of extra
सही है,
time.
पुल
They will be
बराबर
able
है।
to find their way in towards the site here. No detainees off the back of that either, so just looking for some further damage here.
Badhiya,
Swirl
good
looks
trade.
forward, traded, but Kadiri gets one, and it's
Good
Floater
trades.
again, but he's
Still
taken
it's
down
good
as well.
trades. 2v2.
It has to be Kadiri and minimize once more, but that spike
It
has
is
not
not
been planted.
that
it is in
bad
such a
yet.
despicable location for both players. And Lightning Fast just looking to try and slip the net. They need to break
Not
this one
that
together, but
bad
Lightning Fast
yet.
will be able to put the foot down and put
Oh,
his
arre,
foot in the
kya ho
path
raha hai?
even more. The right click of the classic, nicely done.
What is
9
happening?
now
In
on
this
the
way, we
board,
can't win
11
against
for
Fancy
YI-JING.
United, man.
Slowly, but surely closing that gap here.
Yeah, you can just see as well that they're aware of Minimizer's flank yet again. It's not even really the flank because he's on the attacker's side.
इन
but just
basic
not the
mistakes के
angle
साथ
that
हम
Kadiri
Fancy
and him
United को
can
नहीं हरा
try and
सकते.
pinpoint on towards Lightning Fast together.
हिले 19 पे.
Where the other
भाई
member
सोए हो
of the
क्या?
NSP
डमारा.
side is unfortunately, and maybe there's a world in which they do decide to try and disregard that he could be Flowers.
The way I am
Secret,
crashing
just
out,
go
मेरे
for
को
the
खुद पे
lightning
गुस्सा
fast
आ रहा
kill.
है.
Bit of a different story. Now NSP should be able to find number 10 on the board here, you'd assume.
The way I am crashing out now.
What do they find here? Looking to already take that additional space.
They found my trap.
Trademark
Nice shot, Hele.
will be destroyed, and he'll have to find the first on the swirl.
Nice shot, Hele. भाई हेले बहुत ज़्यादा improve कर चुका है. कल और आज में बहुत difference है हेले के game में.
But now Minimize marches forward. Sayu gets the trade, but Kadiri again hits the shot.
It's a 3v2.
And now they take that spike, hightailing straight over towards the B location. And I don't think they're going to be actually trying to slow that one down either. There won't be any weapons recovered. There is no ultimate utility that's going to be able to drag them through in this round. It's just going to be pure grit. And the only thing is, with that spike going down now,
भाई ये round मत हारना. Please, for the sake of your own gameplay, please don't lose this round.
That you've left at top mid, unless you're going back there to help you out. Should have
एक 3v2 जहाँ पे तुम्हारे पास Astra ulti है.
It does look like he's going to get back into its range now.
I like this though. I really like this.
We just cannot lose this
Both
round.
played the line. They've gambled on the fact that everyone will be coming through defender side at spawn, and that's exactly what has happened. Logan's got all of his utility down. The alarm bot's going to be able to get some information. They've got the nanos. They've got the time. They just need to wait for that tick. Both of them can make their way through at their discretion, at their leisure. There's some damage. It's been done to one. They did not get it to half. A second for Kadiri, and now it makes it really, really awkward. Lightning Fast has to go for the shot. He's trying to bait and switch.
मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ और मैं क्यों देख?
Happening? There was
They will make me cry after so long, bro. They will make me cry around. मैं नहीं देख पाऊंगा ये सब. पता है अपने आज की सीरीज और कल की सीरीज में क्या कॉमन है? वो टीम जीतती जो टीम ज्यादा बुरा खेलती. वो टीम जीतती जो ज्यादा बुरा नहीं खेलती और कम बुरा खेलती. करेक्शन. जो अच्छा खेलती वाला कनेक्शन तो है ही नहीं यहाँ पे. जो कम बुरा खेलेगी वो जीतेगी. बिकॉज दोनों टीम्स गंदा खेल रही है.
Keep your eyes to the other side, and there's not much weaponry for NSP in this one.
That's what I'm saying, man. When
We're losing,
YI-JING
yeah.
lock
We're
in,
losing
right? They're
this
at a
map.
disadvantage. They're at a thrifty, backs up against the wall, and then they use the enemy Cosmic Divide to their advantage. Now they sit here with a sight take on map point here to try and make it all happen. Hunter's Fury to go out from Minimize. They're in the backs of the site. DC up close, not with the best weapon for it, but they're already going to
we
start
have
to sweat
something?
here as the barrier orb will be destroyed.
एक वैंडल ना.
Look to just sort of give themselves some extra time, but it's going to actually be Dragon caught by that. Now Damara making his way in. Swirl goes down. Dragon lucky to be alive here. Nebula's going to make it tough. Going to have to try and hold on for dear life here. Every single member of YI-JING is playing the post plan. They don't have the utility to knock it down. Damara, a second. They just need to trap them, lock them out of this position. Hell F with another. Kadiri looking to try and find it. They've got a split second to try
Finally we
and deny the
defused
defuse,
it.
but
How
they will
are we
not be
winning
able
these
to.
kinds of
Hell F gets
rounds,
the damage
but
done.
not
Sayu
winning the rounds
to
we
lock
used to?
down the spike. And NSP, they will find double
Our full
digits as
potential
well.
and we
2
won.
to go if we want to deal with another
लोअर
overtime
22
this
पे हम
evening.
जीत रहे हैं.
Definitely reminds me.
हम lower 22 पे जीत रहे हैं. हम कैसे जीत रहे हैं?
5 versus 5 retakes at that point in time. The weaponry disadvantage.
और सामने
of
वालों के
NSP
lower
doesn't really
22 पे
matter,
हम
does it?
throw करके
YI-JING just
50
aren't in
give away कर
situations
रहे हैं
of
भाई.
any advantage, even though they're the ones with the spike down.
नए लोग प्लीज सब्सक्राइब मारो.
Dumped to get on in very quickly.
ये क्या भसड़ है मेरे को नहीं समझ रहा.
For NSP get the job done for the singular angle that YI-JING hold from. Timeout now invested of theirs. The money in the bin. This should go to 24.
Should. Keyword. Always should. Couple of sheriffs, resurrection, a lockdown. You never know. But I kind of want this one to go the distance at this point in time, right? YI-JING have called the
मेरे को अभी तक नहीं समझ में आ रहा है जो हम देख रहे हैं. क्यों क्या देख रहे हैं हम? ये क्यों ऐसा गेम प्ले क्यों है भाई? और इनमें से एक टीम VCT स्टेज पे दिखेगी. कच्चा खा जाएंगे वो लोग.
The pot on the stove or in the oven for too long. You can always
They will eat them.
Cook it a little longer. You can't.
And will leave no crumbs around.
You know, same thing with you add too much salt, you can't take it out. So you just gotta be careful.
We are having crunch. Yep, we are.
Scanning ahead.
That dart probably doesn't scan anyone on the roof there.
Well, has already found his way
to his death.
to his grave.
Must, बढ़िया, बढ़िया.
BC gets 2 with the outlaw. So it's looking a little bit different here. Logan does connect onto 1, but he's quickly taken down by Damara. So this should be a round completion in full. You know, minimize a sharp shot, but now that he's scanned, he's got the rest of the team joining him.
बढ़िया.
We're
going OT, guys. Is it possible?
Round 24, all of regulation required in this map that was not exactly close either.
Yeah, that first half, those rounds that got away from YI-JING.
One more round. Come on, guys. Come on.
You know, the pistol difference as well from that 8-4 would have been 9-4 instead of the 8-6 that we eventually saw.
YI-JING have good ult. We have Hunter's Fury as well.
What can you go check in this?
We have a Hunter's Fury as well. यार ऐसा नहीं है हम पे Hunter's Fury है. हम पे Hunter's
on
Fury
the
है.
other side of the map, but he's inching a bit closer.
Nice shot, DC.
Down. That's a Sharpie on a Kadiri. The lockdown. You know you want to get him.
K ulti एक और दूर है.
Been such an awesome return to form from DC here, though, right? You know, he was basically dying first for the entirety of the first half, and now he's been doing a hell of a lot to get back. But this time, Damara, who's had impact, goes down. And now the lockdown will engage, but it's all an elaborate ruse here. It's going to keep them occupied, interested. As the Hunter's Fury will be ripped as well, Komodo, but it's going to be a scary one. Sayu might be able to get some impact here from this mid-connection, but they've walled it up.
Yeah, and the drone, I don't know if it actually spotted DC or not, but he's in a pretty decent position.
Nice DC.
Info. DC, he's done so much DC already in this round. He's found 4, he's looking for more, but now it's going to be minimized. Who is in the clutch position alongside Floga.
Map saving
HP has done the damage again, but look at Lightning Fast, how quickly he wants to move in towards position. They will give some time with that Nebula. But it's only the Nova Pulse, but he misses the shot. Lightning Fast, that was so important to try and connect onto. But now they just have to play the game together in unison. It's just this round that YI-JING need. If they can find this kill onto Lightning Fast, they will take themselves into map number 2
the thing is map
with
saving
the advantage. If not, they'll have to play for overtime.
Londa 5 HP
makes the wrong call. Thinks they're potentially off the spike here, and how long is that going to last? Minimize thinks he's got him off. Thinks he's got him off. He's
Let's go!
Bullet, but Lightning Fast holds it down. Pros don't fake.
Switching sides.
Oh, that is a very interesting decision for YI-JING to not double
My God!
quickly and then get off for Floga to try and run it down and get caught off. That is a
by
big
DC saved
come
us
through for Lightning Flash, but after what DC did,
DC give the credits where it's due.
That would have been the round.
DC ने round बचाया है initially, और उसके बाद जो भी काम किया वो Lightning Fast ने किया. He does what he did, and that's perfect.
And now we go into overtime yet again this evening. A breath of fresh air for no salary peak. You'd
ये OT तक जा ही नहीं सकता यार.
At this current moment.
Heading to the above. Go, go, go.
How it is going to OT, I don't know.
Mental game is going to be difficult to deal with here for YI-JING.
Messi actually saved था. मतलब एक assist एक goal बहुत अच्छा था वो.
This game was far from over. And now we're looking down the barrel of this overtime. Happened again.
अब रिगनेस
up
या नहीं
against
मेरे को नहीं
555
पता.
and
Me
Fancy
being
in
a
map number 1 was
Ronaldo
needed in
fan
the second.
as well.
But look at DC. Oversteps this time. Swell's going to be able to find a very impactful opener here.
Talked about it a little bit
कुछ
earlier,
चीजें
right?
हैं
This
जो
ledge position is something that Yi-Jing played last night time and time again. And a position that you got to not overlook as no
हमने
salary
डीसी को
peak.
गवा दिया
Nina
इस राउंड में. हमने
using
सायो को
DC,
गवा दिया
and
इस
now
राउंड में
Sayu.
ए मेन पे.
Love to see Yi-Jing formulate a good round on this defensive side.
Just need to pull away now.
3v5
3 versus 5, all the control.
कम से
middle of
कम
the
दो
map's
मारने
been given
पड़ेंगे.
to
एक एक
NSP,
प्लेयर
but
को
that's
दो
all they
मारने
deserve.
पड़ेंगे. We have to
Just gonna wait
this
for
round
it.
यार. अटैक
Let it
निकालना
happen.
पड़ेगा.
Minimize has a little bit of a look up link, but
I
peels
don't know
away.
if Lightning will be able to
They
get
are
one
gonna
or
be
two,
ending B,
but
and it is a 3 versus 2
बाकी
from
दो
that
प्लेयर्स दो
perspective.
दो मारो भाई. कम से कम. I need this
30
round at
seconds
least
left.
close ताकि अगला
When you
OTP
know
अगर
that it
मिले.
is this B side as well, it's a good position to minimize. 3 goes 2.
There's info. Minimize is going to be able to hold that line. That was a perfect reposition over towards Long. And
Flawless OT.
look, you really couldn't read about it. The script, sometimes they
एक flawless OT round. I don't know what our players are trying to do. थोड़ा सा शांति से खेलो ना. Just stay calm. Just stay calm यार. Just stay calm. You are doing good. Basics अच्छे हैं. तुम्हारे macro अच्छे हैं. Micro सुधार लो. Double peaks. That's it. एक एक करके peak करोगे. It won't help us. ये हमारे तो क्या बोलूं मैं. ये हमारे दो imports है. भाई हमारे
Well,
imports
because
काम
both
कर लो.
teams holding this timeout, not using it for this round.
Indians ही
OT,
लेके
they're
चले आते
happy
5.
still with decision-making protocols. They really don't need to drop that timeout yet. As Yi-Jing on this attacking side, going to be taking out the trade market mid-doors, looking to sniff out some further information as well, while simultaneously stalling NSP's information gathering ability.
Go, go, go.
Anyways,
Control gathered.
till the time
Tamara
it's not over.
spotted out immediately. Forced
It
back.
is not over.
Needs to be a game of trades for Yi-Jing.
Swarm नहीं टूट
Already
रहा है.
Establish some further control. It looks like they're posturing back over towards the side of A with Kadiri. Happy with his mid position.
The problem is right now with Lightning fast spotting towards A main, he can buy some significant time with the smoke to go down. Ahead on a swivel approach as well for Damara and for Sayu, who still has the dart. Can drop on the wall for the flood effect. Scan them up.
Going to be right on in there. Swirl
Nice, good
looking
trade,
to
good
take
trade.
point. He's only good for one, but it's an important
GG,
one
guys.
here.
We're going
And it's
map
Sayu to go down alongside Lightning.
We're going map
fast.
2, guys.
This
1-0
is Yi-Jing's
down.
Opportunity to try and close the map now. Kadiri has so much power inside the connector. But they have to close. It's something that they have not been successful in doing just yet. Yi-Jing, an international win after fighting from home with limited opportunity. Minimize missing out on his own as well. Dragon gets forced
What?
off the line. Hellf
Wow,
gonna be able to do it,
मरते
but not
भी एक
without
मार
Dragon
गया.
finding one. And Hellf now has the impossible task of this 1 versus 4 in front of him.
1v3.
The leader, the captain, and Kadiri on the flank. He's got no idea. And ladies and gentlemen, this very well be Yi-Jing taking this map all the way through. It's a little bit strained. It's a little bit difficult for them.
The series is yet not over. हम दो OTs हार चुके हैं 2 सीरीज के अंदर. थोड़ा सा मैप क्लोजर पे ध्यान दो. मैप क्लोजर चाहिए अपने को. मैप क्लोजर नहीं मिलेगा हम हारते रहेंगे. And we don't want that. We just don't fucking want that. We just want कि हम वो मैप क्लोज करें, हम जीतें. I don't care. Actually, I don't care भाई. अभी तो उम्मीदें थी और उम्मीदें अभी भी है. ऐसा नहीं है मैंने उम्मीदें छोड़ी है. उम्मीदें मैंने अभी भी रखी है. जो भी नया है यार तब तक के लिए लाइक कर दो, सब्सक्राइब कर दो. एंड अगर हेल्प कर सको तो मॉनिटरीली तो वो भी मेरे लिए बहुत बेहतर होगा. वो तुम्हारे फुकट के ज्वेल्स ने मेरे को कोई हेल्प नहीं किया, पता है। यूट्यूब भी शाना है, कुछ देता ही नहीं है। बट एनीवेज, हमने काफी सारे लो बाय राउंड्स थ्रो किए। अब अगला मैप शायद लास्ट मैप हो सकता है नो सैलरी पीक का। तब तक अगर ट्विच पे चल रहा है द EWC थिंग तो वो भी देख लेते हैं। रुक जाओ ना, रुक जाओ, कहीं मत जाओ, कहीं मत जाओ। EWC चल रहा है तो EWC देख लेते हैं। पॉइंट्स टेबल क्या चल रही है EWC में? फिफ्थ आ गई है सिटी वेल, बढ़िया। जेडी का क्या हाल, 8 हो गई। ऊपर रहना पड़ेगा इनको भी। 14th के 42 पॉइंट्स है, अपने 58 है। थोड़ी बहुत लीड बढ़ानी पड़ेगी।
He got a lot of first kills, and I'm just thinking the only thing for him is this kind of need to get the highlight, need to get the kills, you know, that are gonna go on Reddit or something like that.
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। We could have ended the map very early, बट जो हुआ अच्छे के लिए हुआ। हम सीखेंगे इससे, अगले मैप में शायद हम लोग बेटर कर भी लेंगे। अंकित भाई क्या बोल रहे हैं? अंकित भाई क्या एनालिसिस क्या बोल रहे हैं? नीड वेंका
यहाँ तक भी कैसे बच गया क्या मालूम, साला यहाँ यहीं मर जाना चाहिए था। ये इसको मारा, और ये लोग ना, इन लोग को देखो, ये लोग रेडी नहीं है। अबे तुम्हारा प्लेयर मार के गए, तुम्हें ट्रेड करना ही करना है। 4v5 मतलब इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे तुम बहुत रेयरली जीतोगे। अगर तुम्हारी गॉड लाइक शूटिंग हुई तब इसको ट्रेड करना ही करना है। वो तुम्हारे लिए पिक कर रहा है, तुम्हारे लिए पिक कर रहा है। देखो ना कितनी पोजीशन में है। मेरे को लगा इसने जल्दी पिक किया था, इसने बराबर पिक किया। वो लोग रेडी है भाई, इससे स्विंग किया, इसने देखा ये इंस्टेंट ट्रेड होना चाहिए, इंस्टेंट ट्रेड होना चाहिए। और ये मरा तो मरा, सायो के पास एमएन है।
क्या बात, क्या बचा रही है? ऑसी टीम इज नॉट डूइंग समथिंग वेरी क्रेजी। अपना पुश एंड
ड्रोन किया,
होल्ड डिसिप्लिन गलत है, सब जगह नर्व्स लूज कर देते हैं। एग्जैक्टली।
अरे भाई पब्लिक को आने तो दे, ये दूसरा हीरो अपना, पब्लिक को आने देना यार। ऑजी टीम इज नॉट डूइंग समथिंग वेरी क्रेजी। अपना पुश एंड होल्ड डिसिप्लिन गलत है और सब एक साथ नर्व्स लूज कर देते हैं। अबे ये ट्रेड होना चाहिए था, अबे टॉप मिड से ये ट्रेड होना चाहिए था। पता नहीं क्यों नहीं किया ट्रेड।
और हॉर्स भाई क्या कर रहे हैं?
झोपलोय माहिती मी 1 वाजता उठलोय. I guess it is the weather, mother. The weather is. चैट क्या तुम लोग को भी ऐसा हो रहा है? तुम लोग को भी ऐसा? मैं ना बहुत सोया हुआ आज मैं 10 घंटे तो सो गया रहूंगा, फिर भी मैं उठा एकदम फ्रेश, उठा हूं एकदम फ्रेश। लेकिन खाना खाने के बाद मेरे को जो आलस आया है ना, जो आलस आया है
सबको,
जो आलस आया है। अरे ये क्या भेजा इसने? चैट देखो, गोल थियरी ने ये क्या भेजा है? आलसी वही तो बनता है। टकलिंग भेजा है। ऋषभ भाई ने सोकर ट्रॉफी भेजी है, क्या बात है। नींद आ रही मजबूत, वही ना भाई।
आई डोंट नो। चलो
ऐसी मजबूत नींद आ रही ना।
हॉर्स भाई से भी बातचीत हो गई। इधर तो 2.5 मिनट है ना, तब तक अपन अपना
Why didn't you leave here? Why did you leave? Why did you in?
देखते
It's so funny the ego.
ऐसे डीवेल को देख लेते हैं भाई, थोड़ा दुख कम होगा। दो ओटी कंटिन्यू कैसे हार सकते हो यार?
But in the end, it's the series results that matters. It's how the scoreboard looks. And Dinos, the newbies, the new boys on the block, 33 points now take the lead.
Yeah, very, very good start for them. Team Falcons and Team Liquid in behind. No surprise, to see two of the biggest names in the LGS right at the top here. But we've got to look down the bottom again. This is the worry. And I think for Wolves Esports, the fact that they had the first draft in the POI draft here on Wild's Edge, they're going to be a little bit disappointed with what they've put on the board so far.
Yeah, they need to do better going into this third one because it's going to be far more difficult on E-District, you would think, just from the POI that they were going to be playing of. That being said, there is always the possibility the zone could be a little bit more kind to you going into those next 3 matches, but it also does, you know, it makes you question yourself a little bit. You've had 2 games, you've not been able to put much points on the board. Should you be more aggressive? Are you being too aggressive? Are you taking fights you shouldn't at the same time?
Yeah, I think Liquid might have something to say about that one. They're too aggressive in that previous game. We saw the reaction coming in from Zero after he was forced to clutch the 1v1.
I'm going to be honest, I think that they should have done that, right? VP should have capitalized.
Oh, VP should have capitalized on that. I'm saying
absolutely.
Wolves probably... Is that fight worth it at that point of the game?
Absolutely not, no. But at the same time, could Liquid have maybe backed off themselves? They felt like they had to take the fight. It's a very difficult scenario to put yourself through again, and hindsight is always going to give you more time to think about it. But Virtus.pro in the end were the ones who really took full advantage.
Virtus.pro were big fans of it, either way. Whoever won that fight, they were there to clean up the final pieces and put those easy points on the board. I think for someone like VP, though, that's like the ultimate frustrating game, right? You see the ring pop, you see you land in a countdown.
The things are going haywire here and there. Sorry to interrupt you guys. तुम enjoy करो. 2 minute का break था, क्या खत्म हुआ? यहाँ भी break ही चल रहा है. Everywhere the breaks are going on together. The breaks are not ending soon. Yeah. कल copyright हटाते मैं हट गया भाई. मैच जीतना पड़ेगा अगला 2. ये सिंपल है भाई, कुछ नहीं बचा. हमें सिर्फ इन्हें हराना है, ये कुछ भी नहीं है. मैं सच बता रहा हूँ, ये 555 कुछ भी नहीं है. हमने 555 को एक मैप बहुत आसानी से कल हराया है. ये देखो 8-13 असेंट में हम ओटी पुश कर दिए थे, जो होना नहीं चाहिए था बट हो गया. ये मैप पे तो मेरे को आज तक समझ में नहीं आई भाई, गणित ही नहीं समझ में आती कि हमने कैसे कैसे राउंड थ्रो किए. हेलेफ 24 मार चुके हैं, लाइटनिंग फास्ट 21. भाई इनके बंदों के फ्रैग्स हमसे हमेशा कम होंगे नीचे वालों के, लेकिन ये लोग हमेशा हमसे जीतेंगे. हाउ इज इट इवन पॉसिबल? यहाँ गेम चालू हो गया है, यहाँ भी हम आ गए हैं. तो यही
we would see for these teams in this map, given what we've seen from them, only be played regionally, right? For example,
और कौन है गाइस जो नो सैलरी पिक से आप बिल्कुल भी उम्मीद लगा के नहीं बैठा है?
Which again, you know, the team you were talking about earlier for the Cheese Brothers on that
बहुत गर्म हो रहा है ना
a bit ago for the grand final.
इसी का रिमोट किधर गया मेरा?
And then for
रुको, let me find it.
in that grand final against Fatal Esports, where they lose 13-15 in the grand final. So 2 very close scorelines for both of these teams, and a very close map 1 really makes me scratch my head coming in towards this next map. And the real bit that I could just kind of highlight is this is anyone's map. It doesn't matter who's picked it. They can both play it to a degree. It comes down to who's going to shoot, who's going to shoot faster, who's going to shoot better. Maybe there's something that you could piece together in the agent variety as well, because they do play a bit of different comps too. For example,
perfect
salary peak versus a double duelist deployment for YI-JING with the Waylay Jet and Kadiri going onto the Jet. So whether or not he's ready to frag again, I guess is one way to
इन्होंने
put
कल
it.
क्या मैप खेला है?
Man, Kadiri's one of those players with so much.
I don't know
range,
इन्होंने कल क्या मैप
he's
खेला है.
been shifted into a few different
कल
roles.
पर्ल खेला है, तो इन्होंने पर्ल पे
I think, you know, as you'd probably
जीत हासिल की
agree,
थी.
lately what we're sort of seeing, like
They
the
won
double
on
duelists seem to
Pearl,
be working out
they
quite
lost on
well,
Ascent, and they
especially
lost
a
on
map like Haze,
Split.
obviously makes it more tough on the
आज हम
defensive side. if you're not taking space early, things like that.
हेवन खेल रहे हैं और हेवन के बाद हम शायद क्या खेल रहे
competition,
हैं?
I don't feel like is going to punish too hard here or anything like that. I don't think that's going to
लोटस खेल रहे हैं, पूरा मैप पूरी
send
चेंज
or
कर
the reason one of these things
दिया.
falls behind. I think it will just be purely that momentum piece, right? Like if YI-JING managed to hold on to what they gathered in that previous, because I had a feeling that if they lost that, it was just going to be mental boom and it would be so hard to get back into it. But No Salary Peak might be unfortunately on the same position where they lost in a really rough way right towards Death's Knock, and losing all those ecos and the thrifties makes it so unpalatable for you to try and get back into this. So all you can hope is that they've reset really well and they can move into a super momentum heavy map. Because Komodo, what do I say? It's going to be the closest best game ever on Haven, or a complete another stomp, nothing in between.
Yeah, and then we've only got bangers on Split. You don't like Bind or Icebox or whichever.
No, I like Bind. I hate Breeze. Sorry.
Breeze, that one. I like Breeze now. Breeze is fun. I don't like the
Phoenix, bro.
I don't like the Phoenix pick on Breeze though. I don't like that. Longshin.
I feel ya.
Stop that.
I feel ya. Sunset's back. I like that. That's good. Fracture out though. That's sad. But anyway, I guess the whole thing is the pool's moving constantly, right? It's a good thing.
To be fair, the patch that we're on for this
प्लेन्स के लिए पहली टीम शापर esports क्वालिफाई हुई है. शापर esports is done.
Right? I'm just mean in general. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
4 टीमें क्वालिफाई होनी थी, पहली हो चुकी है.
Split to be on the next one with Summit.
Yeah.
For Pacific. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Very good.
And again, to highlight as well, for those that might be joining us, this tournament will qualify one of these 4 teams into the Pacific Plains to join Sharper Esports, and then a team from Japan, a team from Korea. A caveat that no Korean academy team can actually qualify as well, by the way. So for anyone that was interested in that one, just while waiting for the agent pool right now, Onside Gaming finished first in the regular season. Then it was DRX Academy. Then it was T1 Academy. Then it was D+. Then it was Gen G Academy. So because of the amount of academy teams, there's the top 4 non-academy teams make it through, and there's 8 teams and there's 3 academies. So that literally means one team doesn't make it through to the playoffs chance to make it to this event. So if you came last, that's the only way you don't make it.
I'm only just looking at the Japanese league now. So Riddle Order's out already. So it's going to be what? Reject, Exist, QT, Diju, or Fennel, which obviously Fennel makes a hell of a lot of sense. Reject, good team as well. And then on the career side,
सबकी बातें चल रही है.
Ninetales.
सब वही डिस्कस कर रहे हैं भाई.
Is that it? Oh, sorry. No, I'm looking at Game Changers. I was like, hang on. Wait, what have I clicked on? Yeah, okay. No, I've clicked on Game Changers. Well, hey, Game Changers Pacific. That's what we're talking about. Ninetales might make finals. Sorry, I've clicked on the wrong bloody thing.
अच्छा, यहाँ पे भी मैच चल रहे हैं. कोरिया के WDG Split 2. अगर यहाँ से जो भी टीम जीतेगी वो भी एक प्लेन्स के अंदर जाएगी. जापान का क्या सीन?
Which Arete went 3-4 reg season. D+ did as well, but tiebreakers.
Yeah.
Riddle, Fennel.
It's just so cool to have like all of the competitions kind of running somewhat simultaneously, right? Like,
Sorry,
Exist
or
different
Fennel.
to what we remember, and I guess that's the whole thing. Korea is such a rich region of teams, and we always seem to see them elevate through Ascension.
Seoldam wali team थी.
Yeah, these are the teams that you're going to be watching yourselves on.
Seoldam पता है पहले DFM में खेल चुके हैं VCT stage के ऊपर.
Play in towards this one for the Japan region, for example.
Even I would say और कौन से player को मैंने खेलते हुए देखा है? मिंटी पहले खेलते हुए देखा है मैंने मिंटी को. कहाँ देखा है याद नहीं आ रहा.
Reject exists.
तो Riddle Order में last year VCT Pacific Ascensions में देखा होगा.
I don't know. Margaret.
Whoever has the most fun, all right? That's what we want.
Margaret from QT Dig.
ये देखो मैं बोल रहा हूँ Ascensions में ही देखा होगा.
Reject was Persia now and Depth.
Yep.
That's
okay.
Cool too.
So many roster changes, man.
Look,
back into the game. Exactly. What's the comp change? Walk me through.
एक मैप नहीं जीत पाए थे. Longshim के सामने नहीं जीते. हम Boom के सामने नहीं जीते.
Too busy yapping.
I am yapping. That's what we do. All right. I'm there. So, Hellf is playing the Deadlock. Previously it was an Omen, Sova, and Cypher, and Neon comp, right?
ये लोग double dash खेल रहे हैं.
So 4 of the agents stay the same. They've substituted.
YI-JING वाले double dash खेल रहे हैं.
That is the only change, and even as far as players, everyone else is playing the exact same character. So that is a 1-for-1. On the side of YI-JING, Cypher is still there, Jet is still there, Waylay is still there, Sova's there, and Omen is there. It is the same. No surprises on that one. Now, if you want to talk about the 48 partnered teams, or including the Ascension teams, Foot and MIBR is the composition that YI-JING is running.
Yep.
No Salary Peak running the Deadlock. I'll give you one guess, Conky, as to which team would have ran a Deadlock.
Fancy?
Nah, Global Esports.
Oh, okay. All right. Close enough. Same region, same age, same income, same super contribution. But we're in. And I think this is the important thing, ladies and gentlemen. Loser, potentially, if NSP go down here, they leave Jakarta empty-handed. And if YI-JING can win it, they continue their lower bracket run. They'll be playing up against 555 tomorrow and finding out who will be beasting their way through that lower final to match up against Fancy. All the marbles are here, and it's Haven, and we're running up C-Long.
Yeah, no Salary Peak starting off this defensive side for a big old garage play. What
Chalo,
do if
we
you are
begin.
Dragon,
Sent mango
you can
lassi.
find
Thank you
two
so much,
roaring
Sahil bhai, for the mango lassi.
Absolutely, breathing fire inside the garage. It's not the place for it. Looking like a
Game
fire
चालू होते ही
sale.
खत्म हो गया पिस्टल.
Now Hell F will reposition in towards it. Spike obviously going down. Kadiri watching that line. It's going to be so hard for them to clear out here. Connecting with 1 and 2. Looking like a flawless right now, unless Sayu has something to say about it.
Pistol flawless हार गए.
Dragon with 3. YI-JING open up
It's a
with the pistol
GG.
in very dominant fashion.
Yeah, I mean, you want to throw it this way with a 3K and a 2K coming on through for Kadiri and Dragon. 3 and 2 makes a full house. They beat full house on this map last time. Boom. Connections.
Boom's not in this competition either.
Yeah, no, they have unfortunately flopped hard.
Yeah. They'll be back. They never go down. So 2027 likely going to be a very, very different landscape for us all. Looking forward to seeing what comes through then, but what comes through now is YI-JING with upgraded weaponry and a little tack timeout.
No, this
timeout,
is the technical one. Oh man, no, we just
Send
played
press
a map.
F.
Who
Wow.
spilt the drink? All right, we're good. Never mind.
Thank you so much, Sahil
Don't worry about
bhai.
it. Looks like they're just going to run it down again, it would appear, and I don't blame them. The right decision, only the cam from DC up towards C.
Oh, they're going back.
steady. Both sides at the moment on the back of the trap wire.
They're going
Dragon
back, they're
needs to
going
be
back, they're
careful of
going
what
back.
may lurk around the corner in the
Yeah.
lobby.
If they were to go in towards A, it would be a little bit dicey.
They're
I think
droning
they are gonna
towards
break it, though,
B.
so that's going to be information
Yeah.
gathered now.
Because you hear the drone from Mini, and you usually break it on that audio cue to try and overwhelm them.
Whoa.
दूसरा भी
I just kind
flawless.
of want to let the kills unfold in a round like this.
Yep. Just an eco.
दूसरा भी flawless, kind of. चलो.
It's always one where it gets a little dicey, right? When the tracking doesn't follow the neon. But it will be back-to-back flawless. So happy with that. YI-JING are already starting to get activated here. And this is where we really need to see, obviously, again, you know, next round's bonus.
They will make me cry today,
shortly,
pata hai.
things like that. So it's still well and truly early days. But the setup here, the double Senti, needs to work out for NSP this half.
Needed to probably work out last map to a slight degree. But that's why they have a reset if it doesn't. This is the time for them to step up to show us why they went for a bit of a comp change onto the Deadlock instead of the Breach that is kind of be synonymous for this this squad, right? They always do love a Breach no matter what rendition of roster Halef was on.
Well, they're going to attempt it now, aren't they? They're going to walk straight into the Sonic Sensor and the Tripwire, but they've broken it all.
Nice one, Sayo.
It's okay for now. Sayu
Finally, Sayo got something.
Kadiri's unfortunately just had to watch his teammate die.
Finally,
And they've
Sayo got
rotated
something.
Literally everyone except for DC. They've got to move up towards that second Sonic Sensor on B. This is the dangerous thing.
हम समोसा
about
भी
that
खा
double
लेंगे.
Sensor. They've just let Kadiri
Celeb
there and
get
he's gone
one.
down. So unfortunately, YI-JING hasn't really
Lightning
been able
Fast
to do much.
gets
They're just going
one.
to walk straight into it here. Spike dropped. I mean, look, Swirl and Dragon, two
चप्पल
very
खाया Dragon
capable
से.
players, will swing through. Weaponry now recovered. Swirl might be able to get another here if he plays
बचा
his
लिया
cards right, but
डम्बूरा
he's taken down.
ने.
And Dragon is, yeah, very, very low.
बचा
here. He
लिया
should be able to
सायो
get
ने.
anything, and
सायो
that is a great
सायो.
recovery from NSP. Just the bonus short. but a
साहिल भाई
commanding
एक
win
बात
from
पूछनी
NSP
है
at that.
आपसे ये
Yeah.
जो आप चीजें भेज रहे हो ये आपके पास कॉइन्स पड़े हैं या ये फ्री कॉइन से या कैसे है ज्वेल्स के? बिकॉज मेरे को अभी तक फ्री कॉइन्स मिले नहीं है। फ्री है भाई, मेरे को अभी तक फ्री मिले नहीं है।
As that was just that bonus round to come on through. Now is the full gun round for both of these sides. Bit of chipper damage
58
on towards
HP
Kadiri from the shock dart.
कडिरी गया, मतलब एक नहीं दो बुलेट्स ही लगेंगे। ठीक है, ये विनेबल मैप है। अरे लाइक सब जगह परचेज करने जाओगे ना तो ऊपर फ्री में।
Good timing on the reclear. And the owl drone spotting out Flogger.
अच्छा ओके,
Generally wouldn't see an Omen being your lurker, so it does keep you a little bit more incentivized as NSP to hang around A for a little bit, go for a reclear as the squad. Meanwhile, you did have that barrier mesh front B fade away, so it was safeguarded for quite a while.
भाई लेकिन ये मैं सच बात बताऊं, ये पेड वाले जो है ना वो क्रिएटर्स के लिए काफी ज्यादा बेटर है।
Saturate on towards the site. Swirl's going to be able to pull that one through now.
उसका एक रीजन है कि YouTube एक रुपया भी नहीं रखेगा ज्वेल्स का, पूरा का पूरा क्रिएटर को मिलता है। गुड शॉट
as well, but traded. Floga gets the Mara. DC's still up and about, and he's done some damage, but Minimize will break through. So many traps, nets, trips all around the site, making it so challenging, but Minimize and Dragon may be the ones to breathe fire and brimstone down on this round. Looks like LF's actually given the space to allow them to sort of try and connect back into this one. What's this rotation?
Such a wild wrap. They could have gone towards long, but now they're thinking better of it. Going for a garage wrap instead. By the timing, Dragon could have snuck in.
गलत,
got the info.
ठीक है।
Should have it. Oh, faded in. Unfortunately, give me a corpse.
Time.
Out in time, and now Minimize has to play this very awkward deep angle. It's going to be all about the clutch and clear, and it's not going to happen at all.
Legit बच गए वो, लॉन्ग जाके वापस गैराज क्यों गए? क्या सोच रहे थे? क्या कौन से
Dragon to try and throw the neural theft down, but NSP just too powerful.
अरे कोई इशू नहीं है। इट्स लाइक वो आप लोगों को बहुत हेल्पफुल होगा। एट द एंड भी वो आप लोगों को भी हेल्पफुल होगा, मेरे को भी हेल्पफुल होगा। इट इज अ गुड थिंग, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ, इट इज अ गुड थिंग।
Try and keep that in mind a little bit. As NSP tie it up, they should be able to take the lead in a scenario like this. And that outlaw for Damara is where my eyes
भाई तुम लोगों को पता है
to.
अभी जो मेरी हार्ट बीट ऊपर नीचे हो रही है इनको देख के,
very tough clutch to play for Minimize, but going down means that they are going to be onto the lower weaponry. Swirl's picking up the hero Vandal. Gonna be moving forward.
यार स्वॉल से नहीं मर रहा था, एक के पास ही गन होती है, उसी से मर जाते हो।
Early bit of control here. Now Kadiri's trying to pick up the speed here. Will he be able to clear anything? Yes. LF goes down, but Sayu's still alive. Needs to be traded quickly as the paranoia starts to move out.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, एक के पास गन होती है, उसी से मर जाते हो।
It's not going to matter too much though. But they've got a little bit of a way to go.
Such a winnable scenario for NSP though, in the grand scheme of things. Lightning fast will get the smoke back online. DC has a cage. Just no paranoia.
Nice
early play. You can't be caught in the open flow like that.
Now Lightning can win this.
They're just going to be marching in from Defender side spawn together. Minimize on the line, but it's
Will DC be able to unleash?
Lightning fast here. DC in the clutch, 1 versus 3, can't give it up. It's a 3 versus 1 in that regard, and he's doing it. He's pulling them apart. DC massacring on the side of C, but Minimize will deny, and it will not happen this time round. 3 kills? Nope, 3 rounds for YI-JING.
निकाल लेता रे DC.
A case in point for my favorite line, Mitch, but it's not gonna be needed here and now. Minimize rather bails them out. DC really tries to slice and dice in that one, doesn't he? Get a tag as well. All you can do is breathe. Round though that YI-JING shouldn't have gotten. So the fact that they do, they reclaim the lead. They have a better buy-in towards this round. Mini holding some good cash behind him as well as being close to the ultimate. Now that is a
nice one
for Swirly, and
really
they are well destroyed.
बढ़िया है, मैं बोल रहा हूँ इवेंट की फाइट ही अच्छी थी।
Picked up 3 so quick.
उठा लिया पूरा गेम।
And he's got the spike as well.
Perfect.
Dragon's barely had time to put his utility down. Now he's going to go for a waltz through C in its entirety. And there's a cam. There's a neural theft. It's not even going to matter.
अब spike छोड़ के
So,
क्यों?
a long way to go. They're going to invest in some additional time and control. But it's basically just going to be a minute of strangeness here. And what's interesting is, I was only going to touch on it very, very quickly. YI-JING, obviously quite up and about mentally, but NSP was starting to look really, really strained by this match.
नहीं नहीं ये राउंड नहीं जा सकता ये राउंड नहीं जा सकता हाथ से
really need to step up and take advantage of, but for the time being, you know, they've still got a big task of putting together some of these rounds, which they're letting slip out
if
of their
this round
fingers
goes
a bit
away
too
it will
easily.
be a very tough job to come back.
DC and Lightning Fast have got this round set to perfection. Dark cover down.
Problem is, though, he uses a cage to reclaim the spike. Do they spam him? Do they let him go for the site plant, chase him on the run? 20 seconds. I mean, he's going to
keep changing their minds.
Plant too.
Yeah, it's so awkward. They've got it. He's been allowed to get the spike. He's got 15 seconds. He will be able to get around long just. He will be able to get this spike planted too. This is a bit of a blunder now from No Salary Peak.
It is
1v1 देके मर जाएंगे. We lost the round. We lost the round.
Together. It's going to be a partnership. Dragon has slipped the net around the corner. He's cleared Sewers. He's found the position. He might be in the perfect opportunity to try and cross them out. They're not going to be ready for this one at all. There's one. He's seen the second. I think he spotted the move. Lightning Fast. He's done this before. He's going to be able to lock onto it.
We
All
lost the
Dragon
round.
needs to
Let's
do is
bully
just connect the shot in the dark cover. Dragon again. The clutch minister. RDW died so Dragon could fly.
He's done sensational in that one, hasn't he? There's options available for NSP in that regard. Do they hold on to the spike itself?
Why we are not holding the
even
spike at all?
use the never spent TP spot above the lobby that you rarely see as a high-low ability? Let your other players sit around the corner perhaps to watch a different angle.
हम ये राउंड कैसे हार गए पता
in
नहीं.
there. You
हम
sit
इससे
on the
पिछला
side
वाला
that he
राउंड
has to go
जीत
and plant
सकते थे
out
वो हम
first.
हार
So
गए
many
पता नहीं.
options. And it just feels like at the end
ये
of the day,
4-2
it
उल्टा
was
होना
the
चाहिए
wrong
था.
one because Dragon repositioned and hit his shots well.
We don't deserve to win.
Camel's back for right now. NSP down to the pistols, but with a helpful serving of ultimates. A Mirage down yonder.
अगर ऐसा चल रहा है तो we don't deserve to win.
Still can't get over that round, right? Like the indecision in the 1v2. Now they've sort of given up the opportunity. Swell hasn't connected onto the opening shot here. There's still a fair bit of utility down. LF's been taken very, very low, but Annihilation, Hunter's Fury, Overdrive, all up. It's still a very, very winnable round for NSP as it stands. But Helef is in a horrible position here down sewers.
It's usually a droned or pre-fired angle. So we'll see if Dragon does it, because if he does, rip that neural theft, which he can do for all of the info.
Overdrive down as well.
हमने अल्टियां खींची
Oh,
है.
that is a blunder.
Wow,
They even
भैया.
bait the Hunter's Fury of Sayu
गए.
and the Overdrive
बंद करो घर
of
चलो.
NSP. That is a costly investment for No Salary Peak in this round. Those
They've
are
taken
not cheap ults.
so much for so little, right? Like an eco round where you've got no kills. And unfortunately, they've let this attitude creep in for YI-JING, which is where the confidence will ride high. And I'm starting to get a bit worried for No Salary Peak, despite it still being relatively early days into round number 8. They've taken their first timeout.
Yeah, that just sounds to me like they've talked about an ultimate combo based on the what ifs, and they've just had to go for it, right? Like the immediate Overdrive Hunter's Fury, where the Hunter's Fury zaps around, tries to off-put YI-JING's positions of their feet on the floor, dancing around the bolts of the Hunter's Fury, and the Overdrive is supposed to zap you down very rapidly in amongst the chaos. And it didn't feel connected together for NSP there, unfortunately. So you kind of understand the investment, but you also question it, right?
तुम लोगों को पता है मेरा लंच ही बचा हुआ था.
Got to bring their way back in.
आज मेरा
And
लंच
soon,
ढंग से नहीं गया.
moving over to the attacker
मम्मी
side
चिल्ला
with the
चिल्ला के
double
थक गई
senti.
कि लंच कर ले लंच कर ले लंच
Not
कर ले
the greatest prospect. Missing some key pieces of utility. Not looking sharp, not looking motivated. As YI-JING really starting to ramp up now.
These guys will make me cry भाई जिस हिसाब से इतना गंदा क्यों
wants
खेल
to
रहे
go
हैं
for a
लोग?
little bit of the control with it. See the shockies come on through as well from Sayu. You would generally assume that those two are going to be over there as the default for NSP. Deadlock mid, Neon and Cypher C. It's the true tried and tested one. Now an elevated trap to be the counter to the Neon, the Jet and the Waylay. As
खत्म कर दिया.
this round is almost looking too easy for YI-JING. This was a buy round.
There's just not really much to say. This is what
Here.
Oceanic Valorant can look like when all the juices are flowing. Everyone's confident. Everyone's playing their role right. And unfortunately for Sayu, he just has to sit in it, really.
I just got a flashback on that C site to Order versus Boom.
My heart just ripped.
No, sorry, Paper X. Order versus Paper X.
Yeah.
I just got a flashback. Yep.
The times of old.
When Devi destroyed them from the box.
Yep.
If it was Devi. No, it was Mind Freak. Mind Freak?
I think it was Mind Freak, yeah.
It might have been Mind Freak.
Golly. That was LCQ, right?
Yeah.
Order beats.
And he destroyed the region.
Why do we lost Onyx G and Paper X, but beat Oasis or something? Too far. Too far in the history. That was what? 2022?
LCQ.
Winnable है.
Yeah, 22. 22. Damn. Still going. Still things happening. Kadiri. Oh, God. Poor LF. Doesn't even get a chance to play this round. Obviously, again, just a little bit of an eco. Sayu saved that Phantom through this round, but they're just looking to clear. They're dotting their I's. They're crossing their T's. Swirl's already in there. Got the info. Refract out. They don't even need to break the trip. That's the best part.
Yeah, this would be
the rest of the round.
Bit of a wild one if the trip actually, you know, did something. If a defuse attempt comes through from NSP.
कहा गया मिनिमाइज ने गेम मिनिमाइज करने बोल दिया.
Cinema.
He's looking at his hands. The hands are magic.
I think that's 4 flawlesses this map alone in 9 rounds.
कहा रहा हूँ मैं?
Clip that one for him.
Oh, goodness me. What an imbalance in games, right? First series, all electric. This series, first map, look, pretty scrappy, bit of gloves off. But,
this
currently...
white gloves are on.
Yeah, this is,
handling delicately.
Correct.
Halef doesn't get to play again, unfortunately, as we are flying into the site as Kadiri. DC at the field, head spotted, head removed. And this gun round doesn't really feel valuable.
We are losing it by miles.
Might have been a bit of an overstep from Floga there. He does at least get into position. Sayu, it's still awkward for him to try and clear this. Kamara unfortunately has to go in solo. Lightning Fast will be able to get the trade. So there's something.
We are losing it by miles.
There's something in this round. Paranoia goes through. Kadiri completely blind. Has to pop the owl drone, but the crossfire is pretty good inside mid here. Kadiri just narrowly missing that shot. Lightning Fast might actually be able to clutch out this round unless Kadiri's got something to say about it. No bullets.
Hi, my God saved us. My God saved us.
Yeah, there
I think he's got it. Yeah. That's a blunder.
Bit of an overcook in that round for YI-JING. A bit of a sleepy moment as well outside the garage. These are the moments in time that for NSP, you have to capitalize upon. You have to make sure that you are getting this round and making it worth more than just the one.
it's actually like it's losing those rounds, avoiding losing those rounds, that's so much more important than dominating in others, right? Because if you're losing rounds like that, you don't beat these S-tier teams, especially not in Pacific. If you make it through this LCQ, if you get to the Pacific play-ins, you're not winning those kind of rounds against some of these teams that are winning masters.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's interesting as well because historically YI-JING on this map have been better on the attacking side and NSP have been better on the defensive side. So they are both on their more favorable sides. And then there's a bit of a difference in this comp with Helef switching to the deadlock as opposed to the usual breach. So you'd think it would be more defensive structured. And they are already losing the half no matter what. Can they equalize a little bit to bring it 7-5? Sayu can't dispatch of the counter Sova, so the A site is free territory. YI-JING now.
Gonna pop the sonic sense up. Kadiri's already taken point, found position.
Yeah, Mini's shooting to try and make it feel, if there was a fast flood, that Kadiri hasn't snuck into the corner already.
Big brain. 4 here. Utility has to be broken down by Dragon, who is a long way. A barrier mesh is going to take some time to destroy down as Floga finds Damara, but they're all sort of dropping around here.
Once
so
again.
It doesn't even really matter. Dragon doesn't need to be available in this round. Floga still continuing to punch down. He has been very, very impressive, both this map and the previous. Obviously a little bit lesser this time around, purely on the basis that, you know, everyone's sort of stepping up. Swell's taking the entries, Kadiri's finding control, Dragon's hitting his shots. Like, it's just all the pieces of the puzzle have come together so far for YI-JING. And as I said, I can't help but feel like this should potentially even be, you know, a 9-2 or a 10-1 right now by the way that they've been playing.
Well, could go 9-3 curse scoreline, and then you're playing on the back of your superstitions.
Always a chance.
Early utility to A, disregarded, disrespected, in towards the C site. Helef with the bandit.
We don't have anything to win,
Can't
guys.
find a thing.
Not really been set up in positions to trade now, have they? Damara will be able to slide out, find Swirl. Maybe there's an opportunity back. Has the weapon. And he's going to start to rotate his way away. So they are going to get in towards long. Every single member off the site, just relying on Dragon's flank as well.
There's no smoke, so they can play this one comfortably. You can refresh a one-way as Floga. Mini should get that dart back online as well. And you've got an operator.
Damara at least baited out the shot. He's got some information as to where it is. Kadiri, though, is going to be able to drop Sayu, and Damara, can't
We lost that 2 rounds and it
so
was
nice
over.
And clean, 9-3, curse scoreline as you say it, but as I said, I can't help but feel that NSP moving over with the double senties on towards the attacking side isn't going to have the upper hand.
No, but if they can somehow kind of maneuver the map really well and use some of that util to catch the YI-JING members off guard, either at barrier drop moments or mid-rounding in specific corners, and kind of isolate them nicely with cages and smokes. There is value in being able to do it, but it is a very methodical style.
पता मन भी नहीं हो रहा मेरे को इनको देखने का मतलब बुरा लग रहा है.
Into massive rushes. Granted, they could, you know, lob in the Gravnet, try and dive in with the Damara on the Neon and get a stun in another location. So you still got the essence of a bit of a trap play. You are, however, missing the flash value that they used to have with the breach that they actually use quite well. So there's going to be an adjustment. Mind you, this is the first deadlock that they play on this map too. So they're learning as they go.
Might not be much time to learn left, unfortunately. As I said, really, really want NSP to step up and just kick it back out the park. It would be so good for the storyline to have a return and see a third map secured. But right now, it's just looking like the Oceanic side is a little bit too strong. And not even, you know, the better team in a sense. It's just they're the ones right now with the momentum, with the confidence. NSP just hasn't been able to play to what we know they can.
Yeah.
Like they did against 555 yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully Antidote is able to speak to them quite nicely here and get them back situated for their own attacking side. 5 towards the C site. Oh, Kadiri starting off the party with a double. That's a 4 that he can chew.
absolutely. One of the highlight reel. But look, 2 is not too bad before being traded. Floga all the way in as well. Unfortunately, again, it just does not seem like anything's going to be happening here, as Minimize should surely close it up with a body shot. Absolutely. That is a pistol for YI-JING. 10 rounds secured and 1 step closer to the edge. And I think NSP is about to break.
And this is the moment in time why I say for this veto as well, I was a little bit worried for NSP giving over to a couple of the strong maps of YI-JING, even if domestically, right, there's a difference between South Asia, there's a difference between Oceania. This is still a general comfort territory situated map for YI-JING. And going into this one with a comp change for NSP as well, not playing, not having a rep here either yet, as recently, it's, yeah, it was always a question mark, always a worry. Losing the pistol. More difficult now.
Mara though, okay. A little bit of a resurgence here. This is the thing about YI-JING, right? You know, if they get a little bit too complacent, it might be a bit too tough to get back in towards the rounds. Gonna have to rely on some of these lesser weapons now. Seiu's actually dropped Minimize too, so all of a sudden, this is NSP getting their way well and truly back into it. I don't even think Floga's going to be able to find anything. Kadiri gets one, sure, but he's going to be taken down by LF, and that could be the upset round that gets these guys back into the game. No salary P, clearly not done just yet, and it's off the back of a nice entry in from Damara.
Yeah, you got to remember as well, this is how the first bit started of the evening with Fancy United getting the pistol and then dropping the next round to 5-5-5, right? Come away with a lead at the half, 5-5-5. So this is the scenario for NSP. If they 5-5-5 it, so to speak, they might be able to fashion themselves a bit of a decent half here. Try to push it in towards maybe overtime if you consider 2 ult rounds big for YI-JING to get them 11 and 12, if nothing else.
Just give me a moment, guys. Moment jitna to map bacha hai.
Minimize. Does actually manage to find one despite being spotted very, very early on. Floga also.
Kya trade game kyun chal raha bhai
it will be a little bit of cleanup on ILC. They only do have 2 alive in DC and Seiu. We'll be able to pick up a Phantom to at least, you know, bring something in towards the next round. But this is the bonus equivalent that we've got to deal with now. From a quick glance, it looks like we've actually seen NSP fully invest into this next one. So they really want to make sure that they are going all out. And the full buy to come in for YI-JING, and Odin for Minimize. But this is where they, again, cannot get complacent here, YI-JING. This is still not a completed series by any which way.
This is going to be fast as well over towards A-Long, you'd assume. Maybe getting caught out, has to get out along through. And he's just back into towards the corner. Out by the grav net. That's what I talk about. It's a big piece of utility that can do some great damage. Provide the goods for the team to get the kills.
I was going to say, just even from Damara, you know, the patience to slow down, wait for the Aldrone after finding the opening 2 picks. Very, very tempered aggression. He picks up a 3rd for his troubles as well, and now unfortunately for Dragon and Minimize, they just have to go walkabout for a little bit. The barrier mesh is down. Just going to be a save.
Are we going to get one more
long 30 seconds to stew in their indecision? You give them that round. They tried to make a play towards A-Long. It didn't work their way. Damara made it work for NSP, but you talk about the cursed 9-3 scoreline. You talk about YI-JING winning a pistol to bring it to 10, and now all of a sudden, this should have been 11, right? It should have easily been, and then maybe they fought for the bonus, but now it's going to be a 10-6 scoreline. 4 rounds the difference. NSP with the better weaponry. This is not going to look good for YI-JING, Komodo.
They're going to have to recognize that because it, you know, is a double Sentinel comp doesn't mean that it is a slow and methodical comp. There is essence of pace, right? They can ramp it up quickly with the Neon getting ahead of some of the utility of your own, with the gravity.
Let's see, ab le legi YI-JING ek time out
to facilitate the Neon to get them kills. It is a strength of NSP to come on through with this specific GE comp.
Let's see YI-JING क्या कर पाती है.
And then there was a chat brought in By Fade.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like you were going somewhere with that.
No.
Okay.
There was
Very
there was
good.
just a chit chat brought in by Fade or Tizoy if he smashed the button. Who knows?
Okay. Yep.
Yep. You know, Tizoy can translate Australian for Fade, even though he's coached us for like 3 years now after Stars.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely.
Betrayed us for a little bit, then came back.
He was always going to come back. So where do we end up here? It's going to be orb control. Try to find the blades. Swirl, unfortunately, only back on towards the pistol. It's just an awkward economic battle now. YI-JING don't have that many rounds to lose before they really start sweating. Oh, he's not going to be able to get it as well. This is so bold. They're just going to try and march him out. They know exactly what he's looking for.
There.
There are attempted traps at the front choke of the A side as well, with Dragon's Vandal behind it. The cage. Try and see what it could do. Vandal, bullets, looking for something.
My territory.
You're going to get dead.
Well, the annihilation doesn't
He
connect.
knew!
Oh, it does.
He
I thought
just
it didn't.
knew it!
Must have just got the bounce at a very, very awkward bit of timing there, because now there's no opportunity back in. Dragon, one of the only real sort of sincere weapons. Oh, there was a chance there for sure, but that was perfection.
Cross
I feel
hello!
like NSP are really starting to work themselves out now. They managed to block the orb control away from Kadiri. Swirl can't do anything here either. I mean, Kadiri's picked up a weapon, but Hell F is going to line them right up. And it's only minimized to try and save this.
उधर सीलोंग पे ऑफ लगाएगा होल्डिंग
Again, there's
लगाएगा खड़ा ही
a
वो
lot
बुड़ बुड़
of
बुड़
time to talk whilst this spike will tick down.
Oh, well, the A side of the map is a heavy investment side for NSP at the moment. And really, how are you going to try and counter that if you're not going for something like a shock dart early from Minimize, right? Tickle them up a little
Bro,
bit
these
first.
guys are
Get in some
very,
damage
very,
that
very,
makes it a
very,
bit easier, make them a
very
bit scared to
no breaking
continue on
right now.
into that A side of the map. Are you waltzing down C instead, trying to get a quick wrap? Are you going down the guts of mid, like we saw a couple of walks in from the Omen of NSP on their defensive side? Lightning Fast was attempting to do so here and there. Kadiri with the operator at the C side of the map. Again, it's going to be the A site rinse and repeat for NSP. High-low set up a B that's going to be
The
kind
Odin
of
spam, the Odin spam,
disrespected,
DC.
not even played with. Some Odin spam. Touches Tamara and DC.
It's just the same again. They're not able to counter this at all, are they? I mean, the only differential is the fact that we do see Swirl up mid. Kadiri taking control. Okay, all right. They're comfortable now with the rotation to come around.
पीछे ड्रोन किया.
And NSP have decided to slow it right down. They've heard
Yeah.
the drone, info gathered.
Droning,
Rotation fully around now.
droning flank to ensure that there's nobody close, but you still got to be a little bit sneaky about it. Be worried.
Oh,
Mini dart.
cover goes down as well to put Minimize away. Floga straight into the dark cover. It's going to be action
जीतना तो
on the
पड़ेगा
side here.
राउंड.
Lightning
जीतना
fast
तो
finding the
पड़ेगा.
opening. Dragon
राउंड
can't
तो
connect
जीतना
to
पड़ेगा.
anything, and all of a sudden, every single member of YI-JING has gone down. I think it's happening. NSP are looking to get their way back into
एक
this.
एक
They are
करके
marching
राउंड
up
जीतो
the
एक एक
mountain.
करके.
They've overtaken every single person. This is not looking good for YI-JING. They have to close this fast, otherwise they are not winning this series.
That is a situation for me as well for YI-JING, that it doesn't look like they were ready for the actual just utility to hit the side as well, right? The dart has come in time and time again that no one broke. The util set comes through. I mean, Minimizes on a drone instead of getting a backwall dart of his own to start Odin spamming through. Dragon sliding his mouse across his mouse pad very slowly, not getting the shot out. It is a really rough hold for the YI-JING squad.
जाके मार दो.
Kadiri might not even get this gun out to the next round.
शाबाश.
This is the thing, isn't it? About that, like the high highs and the low lows. And it seems to just be that constant roller coaster for Oceanic Valorant of, winning these really, really eclectic rounds, but then struggling to put together the basics. And as you sort of alluded to before, right? YI-JING, typically a stronger team on the attacking side. We've seen them win a pistol.
क्या बोलते हो guys? Comeback आ रहा.
Losing to one singular stinger from Damara.
The A side is certainly working wonders for NSP.
But ये Kadiri के knives नहीं
You've seen
खाने.
the same setup 3 times in a row, right?
Oh, I was going to say, this could be a potential moment.
बस Kadiri के knives
Managed
नहीं
to bait
खाने.
some of the utility out. Kadiri has gotten a hell of a lot of info to at least freeze time a bit further. Dragon is going to be walking straight into the claws down C long. But it's just a bit of a one-for-one information trade with Sayu.
He'd need to find a kill or two himself in this current predicament. Feels like it's a little bit late for the reclear for YI-JING up through A. That trapwire will have to get destroyed.
Event to be
B side of the map will now be explored by NSP in a 5 versus 5 situation, but there's not really a lot.
Now the flanks are potentially
Oh, Sayu's heard all of the information.
not
as well.
ignored,
Dragon
basically. They know
taken
क्या आ
down
रहे
by
हैं.
DC. Now they're going to be walking straight into that sonic sensor too. Swirl. How they're going to approach this? It looks like they're going to try and get out in towards position, but obviously with lesser weaponry, they're going to have to rely on Kadiri. But
क्या comeback मारा है भाई?
Minimize does drop DC, but taken down by Hell.
क्या comeback मारा है? क्या ही comeback मारा है?
Single round the difference. We have seen 6 in a row from NSP. Not a glimmer of hope in any which way for YI-JING.
क्या
And
ही
now you can
comeback
start
मारा
to
है?
hear NSP really firing up. This is what I mean. If YI-JING can't close this, I don't know how they're going to be looking into that final map of Lotus, which plays very similarly to Haven.
Yeah, for sure.
उसमें तो डीसी की
will
ऑफ
break them a
चलेगी. अगर वहां पहुंचे तो उम्मीद कम है,
Of course,
बट
the A
पहुंच
site
सकते
with
हैं.
the same sort of cipher setup yet again. The mid walk to come on through though, and Swirl is gonna be problems with this. Mini misses the timing. It's a high setup. Hang on a second.
One enemy remaining. That's a dumb way to die.
You blink and you miss it. The waltz down mid. It's a triple look after from
बसड़ मचा दी
YI-JING.
बी पे.
Swirl's utility.
जा सकते हैं
I mean,
भाई,
I
हम
thought
हार
he was
सकते
going
हैं,
to be
ये
the
वाला
one to
भी.
pay the ultimate
पहला
price, but
मैप
he
तो जा
slows them
चुका है,
down. He
ये
hits
वाला
the
भी जाएगा.
shots.
Yeah.
10-10 हो जाता, बात कुछ और होती.
Yeah.
That's a dumb way to die.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's a big round. That's like really, really well played at the end of the day, and it's the motivation that they needed to get back into it, right? They took a risk. They changed the pace. They had done nothing different for the last 6 rounds, and it's a gamble that's paid off in dividends.
You still have to wrestle with a lot of buys from NSP though, who are building up some ultimates of their own too, mind you. Decent damage done on a DC. Shock darts laying in towards the front of B if there were any traps there, but they're back towards this A side as well. My eyes right now, Mitch, go to Swirl and Minimize with their ultimates, by the way. Oh,
I have to use them.
Mini can't really use Hunter's Fury from Heaven. Give him that.
No. And all I can sort of show some concern for is, yeah, sure, the convergent path has gone down. Swirl will be able to get out, but at least Dragon's found something. Hang on, maybe there's a connection here. Dragon's found 3. Massive on the flank, able to connect with more, but Sayu's still alive. Sayu's still alive. Exactly right, but Minimize will close.
The fake hope
that
was there.
So
The fake
bold. If he peeked for that, it would have been Kadiri in a clutch with the
helplessness
operator.
was there.
But
कि भाई यहाँ
YI-JING,
ये लोग
they
comeback
have
कर
left
सकते हैं.
us
हम
on
लोग
the
9-10
edge of their seats for way too long, as Dragon will be the hero that the
9-12
team
हो
needs. It
चुके
was
हैं.
Swirl the previous,
Comeback की उम्मीद
Dragon in
थी,
the
but
next.
it's
And
GG
now they have
guys.
set themselves up
Our guys are
with
coming back
multiple
again.
chances to close
कोई
this
उम्मीद नहीं.
series. But you can't just
Lightning
help
Fast
but
played
feel
well.
it should have been
DC
done so long
played
ago.
well yesterday. Helef ने
Yeah,
अच्छा खेला आज
potentially.
first map के अंदर.
Not
सायो अब
done
अच्छा
yet,
खेल रहा है.
guys. Not done yet.
साथ
If
में
the 2
अच्छा नहीं
rounds are
खेल
gonna
पाए.
be off the back of some big ult
Problem.
rounds, well, one of them certainly just was.
People say problem.
Light goes down. Don't think it's actually connected with anyone either here, Komodo. So it's going to be Minimized finding that opening. Damara
Damara
has
gets a
found
double.
2. And
Damara
now
gets a
the
triple.
overdrive coming on through. 3 for Damara. This was going to be a round where they could turn the tides, but it will be the man
Bits
on the
and pieces
neon.
में पूरी
to run
team
it
अच्छा
straight
खेली
down.
है.
There is already a Wild Dragon in position. Up in heaven, though.
But map
Kadiri,
closure,
long way to rotate
nerve-wracking
around. I don't
moments.
think he's
We
been
are
acknowledged
just
on that
very
C side in
behind
any
of
which
the
way.
global teams.
He's just
And the
been
global
playing the
players as
rotation
well.
game as NSP have just bashed A over and over again. Now they slow it right down.
Now the wall fades over at spawn. Now Dragon can get wrapped on. Little does he know, it's still coming towards this A site at the moment as Kadiri is taking his sweet time to clear every corner.
मैं बिना हेडफोन्स के देखता हूँ, ये एक सुपरस्टिशन है शायद हेल्प आउट कर जाए मुझे.
Done.
Sometimes बिना हेडफोन्स के जब मैं देखता हूँ मेरी टीम जीतती है. That is one.
I don't even know what the right decision is there.
Simply देखते हैं.
Kadiri just has such a tall task now, and it seems like
I don't know, man. What is happening with our team?
Money's not fantastic. It is the wise decision, but just like we saw in those previous couple of rounds ago, a change in approach. NSP has won pretty much all of their rounds with the same A play. Something's got to give here.
Holding on to the ultimate weapon that was brought into this round, though, the operator. If that's positioned at the right spot in the next one for YI-JING,
people I know आज के गेम में बहुत सारी चीजें लेफ्ट राइट सेंटर हुई है.
Picture on the puzzle. Odin out for Mini yet again. I mean, the positions for them weren't the worst either, right? It was really Damara.
Okay, China, South Korea, India, and Japan. These 4 teams have special invites.
They settle nicely. It's some good decision making, a lot here for NSP, recognizing their strengths and the weaknesses of YI-JING.
In PUBG Mobile.
Operator now is going to be over to the A side of the map. It has
so
to go
that
on
is
the
a
line.
good W for
hit
us.
The shot. You got to hit it before the gravnet catches you.
That's a great W for us.
They've changed it up. They put Kadiri over towards the position. He's missed his opening shot, but now he's gone in for the second. DC running through. Here it is. The Kadiri effect. He's managed to pick up 2, and this could well very be the closure that they need. He has to reposition. He has to switch around. Dragon's also picked up one of his own. Neural theft to go out to just gather the information. Instill fear into the remaining 2 members of NSP. They've let this one get too close for comfort. And there's still a chance. Minimizing spawn. He finds the spike, and it may very well be too much. Sayu now has to do it all solo. And he's been spotted by the owl drone. Information gathered. Minimize has overheated a little bit there. He's collected the spike, but I think he might be okay. Sayu just needs to live on, just needs to connect to these shots. It needs to be a trade game, and it will be.
It's over. It's GG's. I'm sad. I'm flabbergasted. I am done. I'm actually done with this, भाई. मतलब नहीं संभाल ही नहीं सकते यार हम नहीं संभाल. As Indians, I'm feeling bad. Two centuries by the way. लोगों को रोता देख के अलग ही खुशी मिलती है भाई. The guys who are supporting the nation, उनके लिए बढ़िया चीजें हैं, बट बाकी तो मजे ही लेंगे. अब जैसे हम जैसों ने बहुत टाइम दिया है भाई, but we are unable to win the games, we are unable to close the games. हमने OT क्लोज करने में गलतियां की, कल हम OT क्लोज करने में गलतियां कर चुके हैं, आज हमने विनेबल राउंड्स थ्रो किए हैं. We're watching EWC
taking their
now.
time too while they're still looking at Team Heretics because they feel a little bit of that pressure, but they're looking in both directions, right? With still Gen G, with still Neo, neighboring that building right alongside them. But Dinos playing split up too, very similar to what we were seeing earlier when it comes to Pirates. Yeah, and it's honestly about clearing up that north side of zone too, because they know that there's going to be a collapse there with SAUL, with Kirisame Havoc, as well as Shopify, who eventually will be able to move up towards that bridge.
Here's the thing though with Dinos, is they're being held at bay by
just
SAUL
watch
and a triple take from
EWC
Jesco.
now.
So we've got to keep tabs on that. There's a couple people that are running it for the mid-range, but thankfully with Valve, we don't have to go on foot. We're now getting the location of everyone in our lobby, and it's like, hey, what's available? Chaos maybe? Falcons in an electrified bubble down below looking to heal.
SCTL is killing, SCTL is winning.
Towards the angles. Let's
Fourth
see.
आ गए हम.
It's down. Our get out of jail free card.
Being one of the few teams not rocking a Valkyrie, right? When everybody's taking to the skies, it's like the William Dafoe meme, looking up, and it's like a billion Valkyries trying to find their spot into this next zone. TLNP, though, now looking ahead, being one of the teams with the RE, longbow in hand, having that TP set up too, but it's a huge pileup in that one building that we were talking about from the very beginning, Tiff, when it came to Pirates. It's Gen.G, Pirates, Falcons, out of that situation, by the way, looking at that entire mess and saying, don't worry, we'll poke at you from afar.
We'll get it. Meanwhile, we lose out on WGR Neo. We lose out on Shopify Rebellion, who are having kind of a dud of a series, but Unlimit. We talked about them having the chance to take 3 top 3 series in a B versus D matchup, and let me tell you, we're on 7 kills and we're looking pretty good. However, when you keep your tabs on that east side you're mentioning, Gen.G, TLN Pirates, Zipline Mafia now have to move, and Wolves, who know that E-District is their best map, are one of the only teams in the next circle.
Unlimited are also just riding out this momentum. They have like 7 KP to their name. They're putting in so much damage, which goes hand in hand when you're running a composition like that. You got the Fusey out, the Sparrow, and the Axel. Almost like I'm rubbing my eyes like it's another day of range. Well, Gen.G, though,
SDL मार रही है, अच्छा है।
TLNP.
थोड़ा मोड सुधरेगा।
Kiner, who's looking to try to pop the shield back, but now the 3P comes in. Gen.G get eliminated. It's only up to Kiner in here to clutch out because Falcons have now
थोड़ा
knocked on the door and moved up the Kool-Aid men.
And they are going to be poised, but Gil
अगर SDL ये गेम अच्छा खेल जाती है, मूड सुधरेगा। Guaranteed.
In hand, shut them down. But trying to keep an eye on Waltzy, who's walking up the stairs. The electrified bubble has already been popped. Cooldowns will need to be managed, and I'd imagine once Guild hits the med kit, we are going to re-attack this. 6% until Pylon, but Team Liquid and Dogred, they're going at it. It's Panic needing to clutch. We've seen it before. It looked a little different.
2 games और बचे हैं.
We disengage away from this 5% away until we have ult.
The comms, though, I like the way the Panic is slowing down, listening to Zero here, while Falcons still has a full 3-man, are looking to pop this med kit for now, because they're going to have to take some of this circle damage, unless you are. The altar going right through, Zipline waiting for him on the outskirts. At least one member of Zipline is still inside the next zone as Falcons now. It's too much pressure, they get eliminated.
ये जो game चल रहा है, that is crazy.
He's able to stay alive for at least Team Liquid. He took the skies, he did wait
Wolves
out on that
भी
bubble, by the
गई.
way, that you had mentioned before. Or at least
TLN
able to
Pirates
go
भी
up
गई.
and fly around Dog Red, try to see if they can find a spot to exist with all these teams facing up against each other.
सिर्फ वो देखना है, how is Resident
down,
playing?
Unlimit down, Kirasame Havoc out, and Team Liquid Panic cannot
Zesco ने
repeat
एक
the
मारा
success
और
we saw yesterday.
Liquid
But that's
गायब.
okay for Team Heretics. They find a lot of space and a cheeky angle straight towards Dogred, Dinos, and S8UL.
Team Heretics gonna be able to hold this angle here together with Dog Red, but
5 teams, 15 players.
UL, Dog Red harassing them from the high ground, and Team Heretics with 4 squads left. Dinos get eliminated. S8UL were able to take some chunks out of them, and I really like this spot from Team Heretics. We see this all the time in a zone like this, holding onto this high ground, while Team Vision are playing off that low ground alongside S8UL.
Dude, they are turtled up, just waiting for this end game, staying out of sight from Team Heretics. S8UL, though, found success in B versus D as well as Wolves.
Wow.
And I thought they were one of the most consistent teams when it came to this matchup. They were able to obtain 2 wins in a recent scrim setting, however, low points. But did you see the amount of kills they have, Vicky?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good game for them.
Exactly, like 9 KP already alone. I'm not surprised when you have crazy talent that has made up S8UL. Vision 2 with Team Heretics getting.
अगर 12 पॉइंट हम जीतते हैं, हम ये गेम के हम चैंपियंस बन जाते हैं.
Our last 3 squads, Dog Red 2 looking at S8UL, but Dog Red have the high ground. That's the benefit for this team as they paint the floor up here on this bridge with these Watson fences harassing Visions.
The best part about this is, even though Carter did fall, we should be able to get a clean reset out of sight. But they do know they're there. You have to contend with who's going to go where in the portal. The bubble is down straight to the Chow on a Dog Red.
This is so smart from S8UL though.
Yeah, utils uses it by.
And they put down the KB bomb, and we see the image coming in with the R9.
Damage done. एक को नॉक किया, दूसरे को नॉक किया.
He's playing out of his mind. They want to prevent the rest from coming in. A double-edged dome though coming in.
खा गया S8UL एक और squad.
Stop him though when he's got the L-Star in his hand.
Now it's time for the another squad. सबको handle कर दिया. S8UL gets a champion in this game.
Can we talk about the dangers?
Hey, the way they pushed on last 2 squads, that's crazy.
Got to the high ground. having the altar portal, get them up there. They put down the Gibby Dome. They move up. He continuously harasses them and is able to split his attention to the amount of people that he had to focus on, whether it be that one player on top of the crate, whether it be having to move up from the Gibby Dome, but it was the space bot with the composition that they were rolling up with.
Let me just tell you, I am so impressed with that performance. 15 kills throughout the duration of that. And when you think about S8UL, I did have a chance to speak with them yesterday. I had a great chat with not only Legacy, but Sharky himself. And most notably, guys, you would remember Sharky is a former LAN champion. He is impeccable, but I feel like one of the things that he was highlighting most with the current team is his communication. He's like, we have been so good at communicating, and I think that is the strongest thing that you need to work on when it comes to adapting in our current meta, because everything is so flexible and you have to make sure navigating the bans, navigating the different maps, the fact that we threw World's Edge into the mix here for B versus D today, they are doing everything they need. So I'd love to step back and see what just happened with Team Vision, and we're going to where Team Heretics yeeted straight onto them.
Hashtag 2 आ गए.
Aussies are coming in swinging, and it's no surprise here when we have
Guys, hashtag
experienced
2 आ
players that
गए.
make up S8UL. And as we take a look at the highlights, even at the very end here, Tiff, this is what was beautiful, right? You try to prevent the res from coming through, even if it was the Newcastle, right? But you take your time, you look behind you, you know there's going to be another team. The fact that you had another dome ready, and you still have the L-Star,
But points फिर भी कम है आज के.
who is trying to play around the edge of the dome and get a little dance going. The pop-offs in the crowd, Jesco alone in that
ये तो कल दिखेगा ना.
7 KP as we
4
get
बजे.
to see the pop-off S8UL showcasing that consistency.
I was like listening to
Beyond
what the
hashtag
saying, 'cause
2,
the boys
boys.
they got the celebration out, and we got 0 over there. I mean, what are we?
Let's go, boys.
You know what? He's probably giving some words of encouragement. He's probably like, you know what, guys, that was a really good game. I'm proud of you. Positivity, love, and happiness. We think. Do you think that's the case?
I mean, we got some fans out here. I love it. I love the energy that we have
Nessie
here.
hat. It's cute.
It is super good. I love the bucket hat too. Yeah, it's really nice. It's great to have the energy here in the crowd as we tune in from Paris, but also highlighting the great sportsmanship that we've seen, whether it be, once again, a choke. That one is definitely going to be one of my favorite gifts that I got to replicate here in
Do
our...
we make it a sticker?
किस गेम में जाना है? किस गेम में जाना है? इन वैलोरेंट सबसे पहले टीम्स बनाओ, अपनी एक टीम बनाओ. देखो, प्राइमरी वे टू एंटर इनटू प्रो सीन इज, सबसे पहले तो इंडिविजुअल स्टेज के ऊपर आप रेडिएंट या इमॉर्टल 3 पहुंचो. इमॉर्टल 3 मिनिमम या रेडिएंट, अपने स्किल्स को पॉलिश करो. उसके बाद फाइंड 4 मोर प्लेयर्स विथ यू, टूर्नामेंट्स खेलो, प्रीमियर खेलो. प्रीमियर इज द बिगेस्ट वे टू एंटर इनटू द प्रो सीन. सबसे पहले इमॉर्टल 3 या रेडिएंट आपको पहुंचना ही पड़ेगा. दैट इज अ गुड थिंग. इमॉर्टल 1 2 3 कहीं भी पहुंचोगे आपको अच्छी टीम्स मिल सकती है, एंड यू विल रीच इनटू द प्रो सीन. प्राइमरीली पहले तो वही करना है. Right now, SATL is doing a crazy job. क्या चाहिए गाइस? अभी एपेक्स करे या अभी एपेक्स से छुट्टी ले ले अपन? आज का दिन खराब गया है इन वैलोरेंट फॉर अस. खराब गया, थर्ड क्लास ही गया है. गाइस, इफ यू आर न्यू, मेक श्योर टू हिट दैट लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब मारो यार. Thank you for guiding. Yes, sir. थैंक यू फॉर गाइडिंग। यप। अगर नए हो तो मेक श्योर कि आप सब्सक्राइब मारो, लाइक करो। बुरा लग रहा है यार, आज जो हुआ वो बहुत बुरा लग रहा है। मतलब दर्द दर्द ऐसा लग रहा है ना। #20 से #2। वाओ। चलो गाइस, आई थिंक इट्स टाइम टू वाइंड अप। आज इट्स बीन अ शॉर्ट स्ट्रीम।
To rally up with me because we got game number 5 to go here with the ALGS. It's been great to see groups B and D, and now we have to find out who will come out on top. Will it be Team Liquid holding their ground, or will another
मैं तो बोलता हूँ पैकअप कर दे।
and
देखो तुम लोग,
take it from them?
आज मन भी नहीं है। एक्चुअली मन नहीं हो रहा है मेरा। मन टूट गया है, मन टूट सा गया है मेरा। आई एम रियली सॉरी फॉर व्हाट हैपेंड, बट जीजीस गाइस, सी यू, लव यू गाइस। 2 घंटे तुम लोगों ने, 2.5 घंटे मेरे साथ बिताए। एंजॉय किया अपन ने। एंजॉय तो क्या ही किया, बट ठीक है, इट्स ओके। सी यू सून। टिल देन बाय बाय, टेक केयर, सी या, लव व्यूज। बहुत मेहनत की आज अपन ने, बट कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ। टिल देन बाय बाय।